hate puppies.
It's a good podcast.
I feel threatened.
Who's ready for some preseason?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House.
Preseason chicken? What?
Yes.
Preseason what?
I guess football.
Oh, okay.
Yep, everything started tonight.
Oh, it did?
Yep.
I thought it started last week.
That was
The
a Hall of Fame game.
Doesn't that count as a preseason game?
No.
Well, there you go. The only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and not talking about sports.
Not knowing when football starts.
As we start out with sports.
Did the Olympics just happen?
Yes, we actually talked about that. Now, we don't talk about sports in the way most people talk about sports. We talk about sports from a very high level.
Speaking of football, I am confused with the adding of preseason games and or games. I'm just kind of confused about the whole scheduling now.
Well, they took away one preseason game.
Okay,
And
so
they added a regular season game is
still,
what happened.
it'll come together.
Basically, the owners were like, see, you're not playing any more games.
So we get one more weekend
Yeah.
of hanging out here.
Yes.
Every team's
Ooh.
going to play 17 games, and all clubs will host 10
How's that
games
affect
overall.
fantasy football?
Positively,
Does that go one extra week or does it
everything
still
will
follow-
extend 1 week.
Okay.
That's good.
I don't think that'll be positive. I don't think adding a game's positive. There, I said it.
It's a hot take.
It's a hot take.
I think most of the guys in the NFL agree with
Oh,
you.
yeah.
But the owners thought, hey, screw you. That's a ton of money.
We need to get that.
Concessions.
Yeah, we need to get that extra money after last season.
Yeah, smart.
But
Smart.
would you rather your player as an owner get hurt during a real game versus get hurt during a preseason game and he's out for the duration?
As an owner, I don't care about people.
Obviously.
In it for the
Yeah,
money.
Yeah.
That's why there's an
which
extra
is
game.
people, which is people in the seats.
You would have just played scrubs in that preseason game.
Here's how a jackass would totally fuck that hypothetical up. I would prefer no one to get hurt ever. All right, thank you. That doesn't answer it.
You know
either
what,
or.
though?
Yeah.
Troy, that's a really good point. And I don't.
I would like my stars to never get hurt. Can we do that version?
That's a really good point. I don't know why no one thought of
They
that.
should try that. They should practice that.
It's a good idea.
No, preseason is laughable.
Definitely.
They should do. I mean, they should do that if they want to show they give a damn. They should do that. Do raffles and make it a fan experience and not be a money grab. But the owners just can't help themselves. They're like money.
Can you imagine?
I'm not even
the
mad at
money.
them.
Yeah,
I spent all that money to buy the team. Why? It's a profit maker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the NFL is one of the most profitable industries ever in history.
Yeah, that's why you want to. Only 32 people get to own those teams.
But
Good
wouldn't
on
you
them.
like them to share the wealth a little, especially as a fan? If you're gonna buck up all this money for season tickets and gear and all that stuff, wouldn't it be nice to be like, hey, this game's for you. You get to come. You get to experience all this. Guess what? It's not gonna cost you anything.
Yeah, that'd be a very nice thing to do. But that's not. I wouldn't want to own.
A lot
that
of
team.
businesses do that. No, and you would still. You're busting my hypothetical up. You're acting like, and you won't get any profits ever. No, you will still get rich.
Well, you know who
Right.
the closest to do that was is the Falcons owner. He did the whole, beers are $5, hot dogs are $2.
Uh-huh.
Right.
He ended up making everything concession-wise affordable
Nice.
because he was like, this should not be a profit center. This should be an enjoyable time because he felt like too many people couldn't afford to go to the games. It's
Yeah.
bad enough that tickets cost as much as they do, parking such a
Yeah.
hassle. So he thought, you know what? I'll at least make it affordable when you're inside, so everything's affordable.
The parking's just really kicking the
That's-
nuts because it's
Was
like
it $40?
Well, it depends on where you go, you know, but it's like I want to go see the thing. I can only park near the thing. You're going to charge me to park my vehicle at the thing that I've already paid to go see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I think
evil.
it would be fun to take what's his name, the head promo guy for the Squirrels, and let him run the
Parney.
let Barney Barnell run the football team for a second. See what the game's like.
If I owned a football team, I don't think I would be one of these generous give it all away owners. I would be like,
I'm not saying give it all
Hey,
away.
but make it corny. Like you go to the Squirrels game, it's corny sometimes.
Like, don't you think if one and obviously one couldn't because of the 31 would hang him. Don't you think like that would be in good graces and your profits might come up? You could be more rich by doing that.
By giving, all right, what about this deal? You get a free hot dog and a Coke with every ticket.
Yeah.
Like, would that, then can I still charge $50 a seat to
Yeah.
$75 a seat or
Yeah,
whatever? Okay. So
I'm
I'd
just-
be willing to do something
to
like
me,
that.
it's the pregame thing because you don't get to see you don't get to see real football. You don't get to see the real players. You're not really getting much. It's not the same experience as going to a real game.
I far prefer
preseason.
watching football on television.
Oh yeah.
Far prefer.
Yeah.
Well, you look at all the proposed plans for the new stadiums for half of these teams. They're smaller and smaller seating capacity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Because they
it's
got
becoming a much
outrageous.
better experience.
It's a much better experience. Your
Yeah.
ticket price is going to go up, but then you're eliminating what I would say would be the general
Dude,
section that's fanatic.
I've seen some games where I've had some seats where, like, I can't tell what's going on.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
so far away that it's just like, boy, those guys are running. Someone
yeah.
must have the
But
ball.
it's,
Then you hear a noise. You're like, I can't tell what happened, but something happened
Yeah.
down there.
well, it's like
Yep.
when you go to the Redskins game or the Washington football
Don't you
team. Sorry,
dare.
when you go to their game,
Triggered.
the one thing you can't notice is
Extremely.
the lower bowl is
Minus one.
completely. The lower bowl is completely hammered, and you go up one section because it costs more. Those people are like just kind of hanging out, watching the game. They're not really like the fanatics. And if you get that price point all the way up, then your experience, you don't get to see the crazy guys, the fans participating.
The hardcores.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never had a fun time at a. Maybe one. I've had one fun time at a pro football game.
It's okay. You can have
Yeah.
a great time if the tailgate's right.
Yeah, but usually tailgates suck at the pro games. The college experience is better.
I've never been to
Oh,
a
yeah.
college game, so I
Oh,
wouldn't.
dude, you
I
gotta
wouldn't
go.
know.
You gotta go.
Gotta go.
That's what
Easily.
everyone tells me. I've just never ponied up to do it.
Because you just don't like hanging out with co-eds.
So young, so young.
The best
Just
thing
gross.
was like 10 years ago when I had season tickets to UVA. Like,
You would go all the time. I remember that.
well, a season ticket was $250 to $275, and that was for 6 games. Like, that's 1 or 2 NFL games.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got a good buddy of mine who has season tickets to the Skins games, and
Gosh, -1.
Yeah, I mean, this is ridiculous. I thought we were past this. This is 2021.
That's twice
Sorry,
now.
sorry.
Twice now, Stu.
so I'm just going to say the football team.
Just
Not
say the
even
R
city.
words.
Yeah. But he had 2 season tickets, 50-yard line, like halfway up, and the one game he never went to was the Washington-Dallas game. He would sell those 2 seats.
Oh, yeah,
and
it's
he
a
would make
moneymaker.
his entire season ticket cost for that one game. I'm like, holy, that's ridiculous.
I like that he didn't say shit, but he
Yeah.
keeps dropping the R word.
Yeah.
Some people
Aren't we family friendly here?
some people's line just
Yeah.
moves.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I don't understand
Yep.
where he draws his line.
Can't keep up with it.
He just uses a hateful word, and then he just holds back on
Didn't-
shit.
Yeah.
Well, it was a land bridge they came across.
Treading thin ice, Stu. I'm about to take another point. About to take another point.
Who's native?
I don't know what point you're going to make, but it's going to cost you a point.
Yes.
That much I'm certain of.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, how was it's Puerto Rico. See how I said that, Stu?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto.
I would tell you this much. If you haven't been, go. It's real easy, quick flight. Get down there. I mean, if your
Didn't
flight
sound
arrives,
like a quick flight.
if your flight arrives on time, it's a quick flight. It's easy access. But
yes.
I think America has gone crazy, and everybody just wants to travel because every single airport I was in was packed.
Well, that was pre-Delta, not the airline.
Well, this was just 2.5 weeks ago.
yeah, that was mid-Delta.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't the frenzy that it is now.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
you know, Stu, he's actively trying to get COVID.
And yet can't catch it. Strangest thing.
I can run fast.
No, you'll get it. I'm confident.
So, but yes,
I'm not wishing that upon you.
No,
for
it's
the
okay.
record,
It's
I'm
okay.
not
It's
wishing
okay.
that upon you.
No, I mean I've flown through San Juan a ton of times, going to like St. John, St. Lucia, St. Thomas. But San Juan has got its own unique vibe. Old San Juan reminded me a ton of like New Orleans
Old San Juan's crazy cool, isn't it?
It was like a 10-minute ride from. We were staying like downtown in the. I can't remember what the district was, but we were in a nice hotel on the beach, casino, the whole 9 yards. But we went to Old San Juan twice. First time on our own, checking out the sights, doing the things, having drinks. It was a fun time. But then having a casino in the hotel every night, we were at the casino.
Absolutely.
We made friends with Eduardo, who, local, decided to take us out Monday night and show us the real Old San Juan.
Oh, nice. Okay,
which
this
was
is very
an
cool.
experience in and of itself.
That's very cool because when I was there, I got a very mixed welcoming from the locals. There
Okay.
were certain locals that really didn't want me around,
Yeah.
like would kind of curse you out, and then there were other locals who were like, definitely want to hang out. I want to show you the culture, and
Yeah.
so I found it was a very divided place.
I think everybody who was there was at this. So, as you know, or if you don't know, Old San Juan, the top of the town is on a cliff that goes down to the ocean front.
Yeah.
And so we took these switchback roads walking down with Eduardo to this bar that was on the beach in the rocks, and it was like a window bar. You just got a beer, and there was a bunch of people just playing bongo drums and singing, and all, and it was everybody was local. And Aaron and I stuck out like sore thumbs, but we were with Eduardo, so I don't know if nobody bothered us or anything like that, but we had a great time seeing the culture. But the one thing that freaked me out is, great guy. He's dealing us cards, playing blackjack the entire 4 nights we're there.
Yeah, but
And
you don't know that dude
I don't know him
from
from
nothing.
Shit. And he's like, meet it. So we met him on the beach early in the afternoon on his day off. We're like, we'll meet you wherever. And he's like, meet me here, and I'll pick you up. He had a Jeep, nice Jeep, and drove us over to Old San Juan, parked, and then we start walking down these switchback roads to get down to the beachfront. It's dark as shit. It's like 9 o'clock at night, and all of a sudden,
I've heard this Dateline before.
two dudes in full head mask, like garb, like Taliban,
Like just the eyes showing.
just the eyes
Is
showing.
it wintertime there?
No,
Year round.
Yeah.
Year round. Some of the best skiing in the country.
Well, I heard it's mountainous and
Yeah.
Glacier-
Incredible skiing.
glaciers.
Southern Hemisphere, right? That's how it works.
You come right down the mountain,
Yeah.
and then you go right into the ocean on the skis.
Yeah,
and it's the
yeah.
only place you can snow and water ski.
Nice,
in
a
one
little
run.
twofer.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
These two dudes bum rush us, come right up on us, but as they're coming up, like I can literally see them like 20 feet away. They come out of the corner, they come up to us, and I'm like, oh shit. Okay, here we go. Either I'm gonna fight.
Eduardo had this plan from the beginning.
Eduardo
I'm going to
knows-
take these
yeah,
two
yeah.
gringos down here.
It's the perfect. He's got the perfect job. He works in a resort, finds
Yeah.
gullible gringos all day, every
Like,
weekend.
look at these two drunks
Yeah,
who just won at the craps
Yeah,
table.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, bring that cash. I want to show you. It's
Yeah,
a cash
yeah.
only bar, so
That's
make
right.
sure you have
Yeah,
cash.
yeah. So these two guys bum rush us. I'm thinking, okay, either fight, flight, or I'm losing a kidney. One of the two.
Dude.
And these guys, they actually, Erin started, she saw him coming. I'm right behind that water. She just kind of like makes a beeline, walking in the opposite direction.
So you ducked behind her.
No, I'm right here with Eduardo. And the guys come up, and they literally just wanted to talk to Eduardo. All they were doing, they basically broke out like your Monday through Sunday pill kit and was like, you want to buy? They had every single drug you could think of right
In a
there.
Monday through Sunday pill box,
They just
like for your
flipped it up.
grandmother.
It was like, here you go. And
Eduardo stole that
and
from
he-
an old couple the week
yeah.
before.
He told us
Yeah.
later, he's like, yeah, they're all over the place, but usually they're not that pushy, but they hide their faces because there's cameras everywhere, and they're just offering drugs. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's good to know. And I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know what the hell was happening.
What?
This whole thing happened in like less than a minute and a half. He's like, usually they're not that aggressive, but he talked to them. They didn't care about Aaron and I because I guess they're just going after the locals for some reason. And
you
it
wanna
was
keep
very,
the
but
population down.
it was very. I was like, oh shit, and then we just kept walking.
Sounds
But
sketchy
that
as
was-
hell.
Yeah, that sounds mad sketchy. I got to be honest.
It was. Light bulb. Everything goes off in your head. You're like, okay, what am I going to do?
Is that like an added package you pay the travel agent for?
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, can
Excursion?
Can
I
I
get
go
the-
down to Shakedown Street? Pick up some dope.
How much is for the real experience? That's when you want your conceal carry. Like, okay.
Yeah, then you would have shot 2 Puerto Rican guys and you'd be locked up in a jail in Old
Yeah.
San Juan. That wouldn't have been a great experience.
Well,
either.
and at the same time while we were down there, there was a whole bunch of political stuff going on. The Capitol, there was all these protests because apparently Puerto Rico does not want to become a state.
You're such an advocate for this country.
Well, it's
a district.
territory.
Yeah, they want
Whatever.
to want to stay
I'm just
that.
saying, like he's telling us all these great things, like
I know the drug dealers are super pushy. Like they don't want us.
the government uprising.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Can't wait to book my
apparently
trip.
the governor there wants to put new resorts on the ocean side where there's protected areas, like a lot of PETA people. It was fun seeing other sights.
It sounds it. Did you try a beefsteak mofongo?
I did.
Yes. All right. You did. All
So
right.
It's all good.
Yes. Right.
Because I sent you that Marco Polo. I was like, I literally walked by a place that was just like all mofongo.
Yes. Yes.
And
It's a good taste of
It's
Puerto
good.
Rican food.
Yeah,
It just gives you an idea of what it like kind of mashes up all the different flavors.
yeah, it's like let's just put this in one thing and go
yes.
from
Ah, good. I'm glad you got a
there.
mofongo.
So, yeah, between that and then, oh god, yeah. It was
How
a
much
good time.
did you miss because of the flight down debacle?
So we were supposed to be there at 11 a.m. We
Uh-huh.
didn't get there till 6:30 at night, and so our
so
plan
half a
our
day.
plan was to get there and do what you would normally do: check out your
Sleep.
resort, figure out where you are, what's
Check
going
out
on,
your hotel room bed.
yeah, all
situation.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we didn't get a chance to do that, so it basically turned into the next day. So we missed out on going to what everybody said to go was the rainforest, and apparently the rainforest is awesome. And the west end of the island, Puerto Rico is only 110 by 35 miles wide or long and wide, but it takes 4 hours. The traffic is hilarious. It's crazy traffic. But everybody said if you get a chance next time, go to the west end. That's where there's less people. It's not the leeward side. There's nicer beaches and things like that. But it rained the first 2 days. It didn't rain the last 2 days. So we enjoyed Old San Juan twice, and we enjoyed our hotel, which had an adult pool on
Nice.
the water. The
So
whole
Stu,
9 yards.
you're a Navy guy.
Yeah.
And you just use the word leeward like you know exactly what it means. I do not know what the word means.
So any point of the island that is on the east side of the island facing the Atlantic winds coming. So if you've ever been to any island and you're on the east side, it's usually windy.
Only in the Atlantic is there a leeward side?
No,
or it's
no,
just,
no, it's
just easterly winds coming
It's
in.
easterly winds. I guess you could be in the west side of the Pacific. It's the side of the island that gets the most wind typically, but leeward.
Okay.
So if you notice, your beaches on the east and north side of an island are never really that great. It's always the west and the south. If you're in the Cayman Islands or the Virgin Islands or anywhere in the Gulf or the Atlantic, because those easterly winds coming from Africa, it's windy all the time, so that it just causes
it's-
current and rough surf.
that makes sense because I hear
It's
people
it's
talk
a
about.
non-protected side.
Yeah, I hear people say that. They're like, "Oh yeah, we were on the leeward side," and I'm like, "Cool." It's one of those things though that I've just never asked, and I was like, you know what? He used it very confidently just then. I'm gonna just.
Yeah.
What the heck is leeward?
If your travel agent says we're going to put you on a leeward all inclusive, it's like no, thank you.
Oh, so now I can start dropping that though. Like, is your resort on the leeward side?
Right.
Like, rough seas.
And the
Gross.
And where we were in San Juan, where we stayed, our hotel was on the north. It's the north side of the island. The surf is rough. They had built out some beachheads to give you a nice little place to get in the water.
Beachhead.
But
That's what you did there.
they average 3.5 drownings a month in the spot where we were.
On the leeward side.
No, we were on the north. Like,
All right, so did you see how rough the waves are there? It's crazy.
No, it's rough. And like everybody said, you can hang out in the water for like the first 20 feet, 30 feet.
Yeah, but don't go out in
Don't
that
go out
stuff.
past the jetty or around the curve or
Yeah.
anything. Like it's going to suck you out.
When
I'm
I
like,
was
okay.
when I was in Puerto Rico, man, it was like insane the amount of debris rushing up on the beach and craziness crashing in. I was like you'd be hanging out and a log would roll up on the beach.
Yeah.
Because it is just violent and it's
Yeah.
carrying stuff.
Well, they're
It
2.5
was
years
crazy.
now, still recovering from the hurricane, and they're
Yeah, are you still seeing after effects?
there's because you always see those concrete square buildings like 1 or 2 stories high.
Yeah.
There's a couple of those that are still like rubble, but being from the billboard industry for 15 years, Lamar is down there with a couple other companies, and I happened to when we were leaving for the airport and driving to the hotel, looking at the billboards. These billboards had like double reinforced frames from like different. They're brand new, But I was like, it'll withstand a hurricane.
That's
You know?
awesome.
It's like, and they had the digital wraparounds like you would see in Times Square in Las Vegas
Glad
around all the buildings. But
glad the billboards are using building codes when the buildings are not using building
exactly.
codes.
Buildings are built to billboard
Yeah.
code. A bit of a problem.
So yes, if you get the chance to go to Puerto Rico, take the flight, do it. Miami.
I'd hang out in the resort.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's
I felt
pretty
comfortable
awesome.
walking around.
Like when I went, I had a better experience. I think this too. I wasn't offered any drugs. It took forever to find them.
I've only flown through there. I've never hung out there.
Yeah.
It was cool when we went. I definitely enjoyed it. I thought Old San Juan was definitely unique
Yeah.
and pretty sweet, and the buildings were really different. And
I mean,
cool.
where we stayed in downtown, like the central San Juan, was just like staying on the beach in Daytona or Cancun or somewhere else. It was like a nice hotel, nice casinos. Everything
Yeah.
was easy access, but the vibe was Old San Juan. You go down there in the evening and just
That's what I
chill
enjoyed
out.
the
Yeah.
most was Old San Juan, the clubs down there, the food down there. I just felt like everyone, when I was outside of Old San Juan and more of like the general city area,
Yeah.
like modern city, that's where I saw a lot more of the kind of
Yeah.
you're not really our friend kind of
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
And
Well,
then, but in Old San Juan, like you
The
could walk
stabby
in-
part.
Yeah, in the stabby part
Yeah.
is on the leeward side where there's more stabbies.
Yeah.
But like when I'd be in Old San Juan, I'd walk in bars where like there were just like 5 or 6 locals, and they would treat me perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like hang out and chill. So it was, you know what it was? The older people were super nice to me. It was like the 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Yeah. Like stay away from our women kind of thing. So I'm like a 10.
Well, that would be my thing going down. Like, if I went by myself, I'd be more apt to do those things. If I was with my wife, I'd be way less apt to go bar hopping in dive bars and whatnot. And I mean, I'm that way here, too. Like, that's no...
Believe it or not, though, a lot of the bars there had the speakeasy feel. Like they didn't
For sure. Those
they-
are the places I like.
They didn't seat more than 10 or 12
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
They're on the second floor. You had like a back door you go up to, and then you're on the corner of which reminded me of like I said, a lot of New Orleans, but it's just the same Spanish influence. But
Yeah.
it was a lot more low key, and the streets are it's Old San Juan's 1500s was when it was.
I thought New
built.
Orleans was French.
It's a
It
French
is.
Spanish influence. Trust me.
New Orleans is a mess. That's what it is.
yeah.
It's a mess. It's
But-
all kinds of different cultures just all got together and just started screwing. And it's like
Sounds fun.
the food is screwy. It's all great.
I mean, I've been there a bunch.
Yeah,
I know
it's just weird, right?
Yeah.
You can see influence from all over the world in New Orleans. That is a true gumbo pot. See what
Yeah.
I did there?
Yeah.
It's pretty
But
good.
it's the
Melting-
French Quarter, not the
melting
Spanish
pot.
Quarter.
I mean, I think the
Yeah, but
French
there's-
certainly
Yeah, but like
plays
they're,
into
they're they're Spanish town down
Yes.
there, and good stuff. It's all equal.
I love the way they talk down there. I love that French Cajun accent.
Yeah, my
no,
aunt
no,
has that.
kept
It's,
getting scammed.
That's on you.
Yeah, but I'm just a mark.
Yeah, you
Just
are.
the worst kind. I'm an absolute mark.
he's Irish.
Yeah, get him, boys. I'm going down to Nashville tomorrow, like crack of
Nice.
dawn tomorrow.
What
So,
time?
I
Flight?
got flights at like 8 something, but I mean, so I got to be out at 7. At
So
the
you'll be having
latest.
drinks at 9:30 in Nashville. It's a 45-minute flight, right?
Hour 40.
Really? Are you connecting?
No,
No. Allegiant Airlines,
correct.
40 minutes.
Not according to the ticket that I'm looking at.
Is there a time change?
There is a time change. It's
Then
Central Time.
That's the difference.
Well, if I was doing that, it would be 40 minutes.
That's what he said.
That's what I said.
He
If
says
I,
a
if I
40 minute-
remove the hour, but I'll be
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
air for an hour and 40 minutes. When I land, it'll be 40 minutes after I left.
No.
Yes.
I think it's 45 minutes flight time.
It's an hour 40.
It's not even that to Atlanta.
Okay, I'm just telling you what it says on the ticket.
Oh.
Well, the ticket's probably telling you with the time change, right?
But the time goes back. Like if I take up, there, it's an
You-
hour earlier there.
Right. So if you can take off Atlanta at the same time, basically.
Well, 40 minutes later. I have to just keep hammering this home. It's an hour 40. According to my ticket, it says I will be in the air for an hour and 40 minutes.
Could
It says
be.
flight duration, hour 40.
It just seemed like a quick flight when I did it.
I think it. Well, I think that is a relatively quick flight. What just happened over
What
there?
is going on?
I just
was
heard all
that?
kinds of stuff there.
I
But
know.
I'm excited, but I'm a little worried about this whole Delta variant craziness.
Well, if they're still under the same policy when I went in October, you can't dance at the bars and you can't have your beer out on the street. Outside of that, everything is.
I tell you what, that sounds like heaven to me. Like, sorry, babe, can't dance.
Right. Can't dance.
And love it. That would be the best case scenario for me. She's like, I want to dance. Be like, oh man, stupid restrictions.
Is there a game this weekend for Titans? Because that always crowds the street.
Not that I'm aware of. Yeah,
I
there you go.
mean-
hour 40.
I don't understand. I don't understand the whole not being able to drink your beer outside. Like, I feel
How
like,
is that a COVID
Yeah.
problem?
Oh, because they want you to wear a mask while you're on Broadway. And if you have your drink with you walking up and down the street like you can in New Orleans or Broadway.
Yeah, but it's
typically,
still easier to
then
keep
you're-
6 foot distance.
Right, but what they're saying is if you have a drink with you, you're not going to have your mask on often. You're going to be
Okay,
drinking.
the problem is when I'm sitting my ass in a bar drinking, not when I'm walking down the street.
Yeah.
I don't know if they understand this. Airborne illness, ventilation seems to have a lot to do with it. This is the problem when Tennessee's in charge of the rule. That one right there. Like Tennessee's like, oh, God forbid they're not wearing a mask outside, but come on in, take off
Yeah,
your
yeah,
mask,
yeah.
have 30
Inches.
beers.
Yeah. And our
Fair
tiny little
enough.
bar.
Yeah, fair enough. Nuts to butts, grab a beer,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
do it.
But don't move very fast back and forth.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
Oh, if you gyrate your hips,
Oh,
so
for the
help
love
me.
of Christ.
Dude,
It's all the same thing because
gonna ruffle up. the
Stand and or sit. Do not move quickly to the music.
Sir, is that the running man?
Are you bopping? Are you bebopping over there?
You better slow your head down, sir.
That's right.
it's all a shit show because that's the same thing as why was Home Depot allowed to stay open, but the guy who owns the local hardware had to close.
Because he's a dick. I'll never understand that. I'll never understand it. If one's essential, the other's essential.
Yeah, it's just
And
So
one
if you-
doesn't
if
have
you can't-
one doesn't have a safety net behind him.
It's
so
almost
it's kind
like
of more
right,
essential.
right.
It's almost like one group of people donate a lot to politicians and another group don't.
yeah. It's
Troy,
centralization versus,
don't make me take a point from you.
versus
That's
decentralization.
crazy talk.
I didn't say which one.
That's great. Oh, whew. Okay.
Yeah.
Points are fine. It's only Stu with 2 R words.
Stew with the R word.
I did
It's
get
ridiculous.
some red skin coming back from Puerto Rico.
Son
Got a little bit of tan,
Man.
you know. Kind of burnt it a little bit.
Just because you're making fun of the situation, -1.
He's a loose cannon tonight.
Look at these. Every one of these, -1 RS. -1 RS.
Yep.
He is a loose cannon tonight.
Yeah.
He's feeling no pain.
He's
What's up with that? Why are you feeling so aggressive?
to be honest,
Oh, there's a reason.
Oh.
yeah,
Steroids?
freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah, I went out on my own. I'm my own agent now. I'm not beholden to any team. I'm making my
Oh.
own business.
secret agent?
I don't have
Special
to.
agent?
Look
I'm-
at Stu giving himself a plug.
Yeah.
I haven't given myself a plug ever
-1.
when it comes to
Yeah. We'll do it. -1.
Oh, Screen Door Mortgage. Give me a call.
Plug.
You working for Screen Door now?
Well, come on.
I can.
They're a legit sponsor. We like
Yeah,
them.
no. Yeah, no, it's
How's
been,
it going?
It's been liberating. Have no time schedule because after 23 years of being in sales and commission-based only sales, this last year and a half, no complaints really with where I was, but I didn't have control over my own schedule. So now having control over my weekends and what I can do, and actually keeping the majority of the money that I make is a really good thing. So yeah, I'm back to making my own timing, and it's just it's nice, be in control.
Stu's like, that's it. I'm working for myself. You're hired, myself. Thank you. I'm taking 2 vacations back to back, myself. All right, see you later.
Yeah.
All right, keep up. Check up when I get back in town.
Yeah.
You know
or
what
not.
people won't realize? That was the best padding Stu's ever done. You and I were off mic
That's
for about
right.
10
Yeah, yeah,
seconds,
yeah.
and he didn't flounder this time.
I was waiting to jump in, but he did well.
I was impressed. Like,
Yeah.
that was actually pretty good. I get more comments about when we left you alone for 50 seconds.
That's the best.
Dude, seriously, people are like, that was my favorite part. Like, everybody who brings up the last year of podcast, they're like, my favorite part was that super cringy time where you left Stu and he just floundered.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was
And one of our biggest donations ever.
Yes.
Yeah, it
yes.
No, it's just very nice to be able to be your own, boss again. And if anybody needs a agent for buying, selling, or investment, give me a call.
I like it. How would they get in touch with you? Do you have an email address or something?
No, we haven't gotten that far yet.
At Inside the
What's an
Ballot
email?
House?
Yeah. No, it's real simple. It's Stuart.Williamson@firstclassagents.com.
Yep. Super simple. Everyone knows how to spell Stuart.
Yeah, there's only one way.
It's not STEW.
Yeah, there's only one Stu.
Brunswick.
said you just upset all the normal stews out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like what the hell? Yeah, well, I'm excited to go on this trip. I'm just a little nervous about what I'm walking into. I hope it's a good time.
I just hope your flight goes
But
well.
you've been out there several times.
Yeah, but never post-COVID.
But what's your game plan? You're going out Friday, coming back Monday?
Correct. Friday
And
morning.
it's-
So I'm hoping that by noon tomorrow, I got a hot chicken sandwich in my hand and a cold beer. But we shall see how that goes. Cause
So would you like me to get you in touch with Claire?
Yes.
Claire again? Because she actually messaged me the other day and was like, hey, when are you coming back out again? Love to catch up with you guys. We're going out in December.
well, I don't want to
But-
hang
No,
out.
no,
I want to
see when she's
listen.
playing.
I want to
Yeah.
listen to her play. I don't think my wife would be too psyched if we got down there.
Hey, honey, I got a chick we can hang out with over here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got,
No.
this, I got this Irish rock star girl that I want to hang out with. So, I'm going to go catch up with Claire. But you guys go do you. I'll be back.
No,
I definitely want to go see
Hold the
her,
hotel
play.
room down while I'm gone, okay?
Yeah.
Or don't. I've got my own key.
Oh, I totally agree with you because my girlfriend has to go out of town here shortly, and I can't go. And I was like, well, maybe I'll just go back to Tennessee and hang out. She's like, not with that Irish thinker by yourself. No.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
oh.
She's hot.
I was like, she's cool.
No, I would like if you could find out where she's playing
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because one of those nights I would like to catch her set.
The vodka distillery, that is the one that puts out like all the cotton candy and stuff like that. It's there. She plays there often, but I'll find out
I
for
think
you.
a lot of them do that, right?
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
There's,
Like
there's a
that,
distillery there that everybody knows, and I can't remember the name of it.
I just
you'd
hope
know
it's
it- you'd know it,
I hope
but-
it's walking distance from the
Pinnacle.
Gulch. Boom.
I mean, Pinnacle makes all the flavored vodkas at the ABC
They
store
do.
around here.
They do, but I don't know.
That's
that
probably not
that's
what he's
out of
talking about.
Nashville. And is it
I'm
in
not
the
sure.
city,
It's
or do
Yeah,
I have
it's-
to get in a car?
no, it's like 3 blocks off of Broadway.
Boom.
Because we were in the Moxie
You-
behind.
are y'all staying in the mix?
No.
No?
Are you staying in the Gulch?
Yes.
See, you can't hide money.
I don't
I'm
know what
just-
that means. I've never been there.
There's a part
The
of
Gulch does not sound like a nice place
No,
to stay.
doesn't it sound horrible?
Yeah.
exactly.
Be like, yeah, he got drunk and died.
Yeah.
Ended up in a gulch.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's how
Just
Poe
like my
went.
great-grandpappy.
Yep. No, so the gulch it's just it's about a 15-minute walk outside of Broadway proper,
Yeah,
like
Broadway,
where all the craziness
which
is.
Yeah.
And it's just off of Vanderbilt University's campus.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds nice.
And so you get like a cross section of college kids that are hanging out.
Yeah.
Plus, it's like kind of the hip downtown area. So then you get the locals, and then
And it's only like a 15-minute Uber ride from like Broadway.
no, it's a 15-minute walk from Broadway to the Gulch. But
yeah, I guess so.
and it's
Oh,
it's
let's
a-
do this again where y'all fight over
yeah,
times.
It's a 7-minute bird scooter ride.
oh,
Yes,
you're gonna
which,
get drunk then get scootering.
I think we'll do that while we're sober. I don't know that I want to see my wife on there drunk.
no.
That's a whole nother. You know, she's.
Did you get any feedback about last week's episode, by the way? Speaking of your wife,
I did
being
not.
drunk?
I did not.
It was weird listening back to it. I felt bad for the listeners.
You could tell when we were like
Yeah,
talking to her kind
yeah.
of.
And you could at the end, you could vaguely hear her in the back.
Well, she was definitely feeling no pain.
Well,
by
the first
end.
hour she did well. Like,
Well, then
not
the whiskey
talking.
tasting,
Yeah,
the bourbon
yep,
tasting
yep.
happened, and she was like, "I can't feel my face. I should talk louder."
yeah. And yes, I don't have a mic, but
Yes.
still,
Well, I even told her that before, and I was like, "Yeah, you can hang out. Just know that it's awkward, like, because they won't hear you."
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're over in the Gulch, which is also where all of the bachelorette parties stay because
Nice.
because
I
it's
see
like
what you did there.
it's nicer, but they can still get to the debauchery. But then like they can get the good coffee and go
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Biscuit
yeah.
Love, and there's this big painting of some wings
Yeah,
over
that's
there.
it.
That
everybody takes a picture.
dude,
in front of those
literally the
wings.
girls will.
I've seen 'em.
Everybody.
I've
They
seen that
line
picture.
up and then stand there and get their photo. So
That's so original.
it is the bachelorette party area. So I remember when I was going there for work, one time I just happened to stay in this hotel, and like it had this really like nice coffee shop downstairs. And like, so I come downstairs to get some coffee like 9 a.m. before I have to leave for my meeting. And I'm standing in line and I'm like, oh my gosh,
What is going on?
like I'm the only guy. And like, I'm just surrounded by 20-something-year-old girls. And they're all just,
I feel bad for you.
it was such a horrible
Brutal, yeah.
morning. And I was like, well, I got Wi-Fi. Maybe I should work right here.
So full disclosure,
Uh-oh.
is the Duke going to try some Nashville mayonnaise?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Duke's going, so I'm interested to see
That sounds like a sex act I haven't heard of.
the Nashville mayonnaise. Yeah.
That's good.
They'll put on a little country music,
Yeah,
and then when
do
she's
the-
not paying attention, mayo.
Give her the old Nashville
Has
mayonnaise.
Duke been before?
The Nashville No, nobody on this trip outside of myself has been before.
Oh, nice. So you're lead dog.
I am lead dog, which is not great.
That angel story reminds me, we were down in Key West a couple years ago, and we had the kids, and we were on a tour, and we were like, oh, we should go take our picture in front of the southernmost point, you know?
Oh, yeah, where the buoy is.
Yeah. And it was like, I've seen people do that. I'm like, that's a pretty cool spot. And we come around the corner, and it's like 100. It looked like an amusement park
A
ride.
line?
Yeah, line. And I was like, you might as well keep driving this tram because I ain't getting off of it. Like,
So-
there's no way.
They have the I love PR, like the big letters.
Yeah.
And we did that. But what was kind of nice, which we didn't realize, we went down a weekend that was a natural 3-day weekend. Everybody that was there, they were off on Monday. So there was a bunch of more locals, people coming back from the States to visit family. But
So
because-
other people to rob and steal from.
yeah.
Nice.
And
Perfect.
but
Up
because
their
there's no
chances.
cruise lines, like that was the big thing. Like there were
Mhm.
no boats were unloading, and we were able to we didn't have to fight for space, restaurants, bars.
Yeah.
Everything was less packed. It was amazing.
Nice.
It's
But,
funny. The one time I went to Key West, there was no one at that buoy. I literally
Oh,
walked,
really?
I just walked up to it.
Yeah, a tour bus or something must have dropped off.
Oh,
Or-
really?
Oh, so that's
Yeah.
the
No
one-
good.
they have cruise ships that pull up
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
and that'll hump you. Yeah, we walked up and we got some conch fritters, walked over and stood there and ate them. Didn't even think to take a picture.
Yeah.
I just stood there and ate my fritters.
So I just realized it. I don't know if you guys listen to a lot of country music, but if you listen to country radio, Big Machine Vodka is all over
Never heard of it.
advertising on K95 and a couple other stations here. But Big Machine Vodka is the distillery in Nashville you should visit.
Did
Okay.
you just realize it, or did you Google
I
it?
found it on the
Yeah,
Google.
you
Yeah,
did.
I figured it out.
in my head all
Yeah.
by myself.
I did it.
I'm not.
I was
I'm
supposed-
not lying. I just figured it out.
I was supposed to be going to Lock-In Music Festival this weekend, but that fell through. So I'm going with my buddies, Kaz and Church up to Delaware.
Well, Kaz has been on the show a couple times.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
old school listeners,
Yep.
they would know Kaz because he was a bartender here in Richmond
Yep.
and a chef at one time, right?
He worked. He managed. He managed.
That's what he was. He was a
restaurants.
manager, and he
Yeah.
managed the restaurant over here that failed.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good job.
Well,
He couldn't save that though.
No, that place
was
sucked.
that was a turd. I mean, he made that the shiniest turd he could.
What's funny is that they renamed it and did what you and I talked about as we would sit there when it was empty. And be
Literally,
they should add some walls here and do this, and then change this up, add more TVs, and that place has been killing
Boom.
it ever
packed.
since.
Well, it also doesn't hurt that they brought in wood and iron, which is asado and all these.
Yeah.
There's the best wings in
Yeah,
town.
it's good
so
food.
that helps.
Yeah,
That
but that
helps.
spot's a dope spot.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that brew failed
Yeah.
there. I mean, it's just what a bunch of assholes.
well, speaking of chefs,
not Kaz. Kaz is cool.
I know I reached out to you guys to join
Fuck
me.
you,
but
fuck you, fuck you. You're,
You're
cool,
cool.
fuck you.
Yeah,
I'm out.
you're out here. But next time you get a chance to do a Midlothian chef, it's food porn. It's fucking amazing. So just saying,
Yeah, how was that?
amazing.
Good.
Yeah, he makes things that you wouldn't even think of pairing together. He was the head chef at Quirk Hotel. He was the head chef at Little Washington Inn. He was out in California. The guy's David Dunlap, and if you're local, Midlothian Chef's Kitchen, food is absolutely amazing.
And if you're not local, come to Richmond.
Yeah, it's a thing to do.
Speaking of, I was out at Kindred Spirits last
Yeah.
week with Double J, and we ate. They had a hot dog cart, and the guy got mad. The guy was like, "It's not a hot dog cart," but it was a hot dog
What
cart.
is it? What?
Provisions.
It was called Legendary Provisions, and this dude sold massive hot dogs on 6-inch sub rolls.
It was
What did he
and-
call them, though? Sausages?
I mean, he was like, he called them gourmet.
Gourmet
but
hot
He was
dogs.
like, it's not just a hot dog.
but it says hot dog on the menu.
Yeah.
And it's
And-
meat in a tube.
Yes.
Okay.
But like,
Just checking.
dude, he like, I got this hot dog that had like chili and cheese and bacon and Fritos and like all this stuff. Like it came in like a
And in a sub roll, so it's
in a
filling.
sub roll. Like, and I
like
had to
that.
eat it with like a knife and fork. Like that thing was amazing. It had barbecue you could put on it.
That
like,
sounds all right.
he does private parties and comes to neighborhood parties and stuff, and he's really affordable.
and he's not because he's not.
Well, yeah,
a
it's a hot dog.
it's
yeah.
not a food cart. I mean, it's not a food truck. It's the little.
Not yet. He's working on getting
Yeah.
a food truck. He said, but his minimum was only $200, which you've told the story of getting burned.
Yes. When they have minimums, you got to hit that minimum. Otherwise, they'll just leave and still charge you. So you may as well just take all the food.
Yeah.
That's what we did. We had milkshakes galore.
But like, it was like my hot dog was like $9 and change. So it's like you don't have to sell that many, you know?
No.
no, for a hot dog,
Yeah.
boy, he's killing it.
Yeah.
And Fritos, you say?
Yes.
Ooh,
It was delicious.
I had one that was
got a little stag chili on there.
Yep.
It was coleslaw, pineapple, candied bacon crisps with cheese on top of it and some onions. It was like this. Like it was just he comes up with all these things put on it. It was crazy.
And you can build your own, but like he had like 10 crazy ass creations.
And so, what do you mean he didn't have a food truck? What does he have then?
It was a cart.
No bigger than this bar.
Yeah, it was like the size of his bar.
So he's literally a hot dog guy.
Yeah.
Stop churching it up. You know, this guy's like, he's getting upset. He shows up in a hot dog cart.
When you're paying $7.50, $8.50 for a hot dog, he doesn't want to just. It doesn't sound like. Like who wants to pay that unless you're at a ballpark for a hot dog? But
I
it's
get
like,
it, but it's still lips and assholes.
Yeah, but these are the big dogs too.
yeah.
Like not the bun. I mean the actual.
Actually, it
dog
might not
is-
be. It might not be lips and assholes because some hot dogs have like legit like beef
Yeah.
in them or whatever.
So he's got upgraded hot dogs,
Yes,
but he's
yeah.
not calling them sausages.
No,
No.
they weren't sausages.
I mean, that's the difference right there. If you can't call it a sausage,
Well,
I
it wasn't a sausage.
it's still a hot dog.
And
Yeah.
I did do the barbecue tacos. He does do a taco too.
Yeah.
Which is I think got a little bit of barbecue. It's good.
It was good.
Okay, I'll try it because
Yeah.
I'm not anti hot dog. Like that's the thing. I don't like people when they're like, it's not a hot dog, but it
Yeah.
says hot
Hot
dog.
dog.
Like,
Yeah.
it's a hot dog, and I don't think that's a bad thing. You
No.
can get a damn good hot dog. They
Oh, yeah.
exist.
Oh, yeah.
They're out there.
There's such
You know,
thing.
you can't get a cheap hot dog.
What's the
You know,
craze for the hot dogs that are pink?
hot dogs that are pink?
Yeah, there's a whole like
Oh, I can picture it in my mind.
yeah,
actually.
and they're like 2 inches longer than the bun. You know, it's
This dude I used to work with grew up in outside of Buffalo, New York, and he ate these things called Swigels, I think, and they were
Swigels.
white.
Dude.
They were white hot dogs.
They're awesome.
It looks disgusting.
They taste great.
I
take-
mean,
Hey, Stu, just so you know, we're about to do a deli, so if you're grabbing a drink, you might want to grab a deli.
grab a deli instead.
It would save you some time.
Is it deli time already? We're to that point.
Dude, we're 43 minutes into this thing.
Sounds like deli time to
I'm trying
me.
to make it easy for the abacus. You know, trying to make it so he can just fast forward.
He needs all the help he can get.
Dude, so I'm excited about this beer. This is Goose Island, which is a Chicago beer, and their flagship being the 312, which is like their Hefeweizen, and then they also have a really popular IPA. But this one I thought was fantastic. It's called Lost Palate, and they called it.
COVID
not
reference?
not spelled
It's-
spelled the same,
It's not a COVID reference.
and it's not
But it's
inside
close.
the palate spelling.
Yes.
How you spell palate?
Yeah. Lost Palate. You're right. This could be our beer. Let's hope. So this beer, one of the head brewers there got, or one of the owners, I can't recall,
Okay.
got cancer. And as he was going through chemo, he ended up losing all of his taste.
Taste buds.
And the only thing that he could still taste
Was
was cinnamon
okay?
and like mango. But he's like, everything else I can't taste. So when he got his taste back, they decided to make a beer called Lost Palate that would lean into cinnamon and mango, which are two flavors that I would never put together.
Damn.
But so he made an IPA called Lost Palate that really zeroed in on his two particular flavor profiles that he was able to taste throughout the whole thing as an homage to him.
But they never tried it while he couldn't taste.
No, he just said that those are the only things he could taste. So he was like, I like
You
these
want
two
the
flavors.
you want the quick 3 sentences
Yeah, go for it.
for that point of the story, not the beer. Well, the making, but the release of this is dedicated to Johnny, a longtime Goose Island employee. Johnny came up with this recipe after recently having a victorious battle with cancer. Johnny lost his ability to taste many flavors, but consequently during his battle, he was still able to have a few taste buds. So we're happy to release this to Johnny's who's now cancer free.
There you go.
What's the stats on it?
I don't know anything about
6.3.
Okay.
Hazy orange color.
Yeah,
It's,
I literally just saw it,
juicy mango.
and I read like the little thing. I saw a palette, right? And I go, oh, okay, Lost Palette. That's kind of cool. We're going through this COVID crap. Everyone's losing it. Plus, we're the palette house. And then I was like, and then I read the
I
story.
didn't put
and I was
that together.
Yeah,
And then when I read the story, I was like, oh, come on.
the style
This
says
is fantastic.
hazy IPA with mango and cinnamon. That's the basis, but it's white wheat, honey malt, flaked oats, carafoam, juicy mango. It's got Idaho 7 hops, Mosaic, Simcoe, and Amarillo hops. Colors
Wow.
hazy orange, but
I think the point is for us to tell what flavors we taste.
true.
You just listen up.
No, I'm just well. This is what you would read off the can, like Troy could read it off the can, or whatever the description.
Would you say 6 something?
6.3?
Nice. Because
Yeah.
it does not taste boozy.
No, but it's definitely on the spectrum of high alcohol.
Yeah, but it doesn't
No.
taste. I wouldn't guess 6.3 if I just tasted this.
Do you get that with most hazies though?
They're usually heavier. Yeah, more booze.
Right, but I think the hazies don't deliver the taste of more booze.
This is a whack beer, dude.
I like the star on the top of the little tab.
I know, what is that?
I don't know. I have no clue. But
I love
that's
that.
the first time
I
I've
saw
seen
that too, and I was like, yeah, cool.
Well, because on there it says Lost Palate, and they got 4 stars underneath there, which I don't know.
What do you think of that can, Stu?
Pretty lame.
What color is that?
It's a goose,
Orange and yellow?
orange,
Or the yellow goose head?
yellow. You lose a lot in the coloring because you can't pick out things. Like
Dude, that is a
descriptions
really
and whatnot,
weird
but-
beer. Like, would you classify that as a hazy IPA?
Initially, I think the initial taste is hazy.
But IPA? Like, is this an IPA?
No,
No,
I don't think so either. It's not very bitter at all.
not bitter at all.
Very
The
interesting.
cinnamon is,
that's what I'm
Nice.
picking up too.
It dries your
Yes.
mouth out.
yes.
Like, literally, you taste that? Like, and you drink, your mouth gets a little.
but it's
like,
not, to me, it's not over cinnamon.
No, but there's the cinnamon's there because
Yeah,
your mouth
yeah.
dries out.
But I'm not picking up I'm not picking up the mango.
You are, but you don't realize it because what it is, that cinnamon's affecting it, and that mango's cutting the cinnamon, and the cinnamon's cutting the sweet of the mango.
I would never in a million years put mango and cinnamon together.
No.
And I taste
Yeah.
mango right on the front, like pop, and then it gets cut
Yeah.
immediately.
It
With
smells
cinnamon.
like mango.
Yeah, this is a weird beer, bro. Not sure what. That's not an IPA though. I would
No.
not tell IPA heads to go get this
Nope.
beer,
Nope. It's not a hophead, not a skunky beer.
even though it's a hazy IPA. Weird.
It's not. You can taste the haze.
It's juicy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's not IPA. There's
Who wants to go first? I'll go first.
Okay.
I have a hard time. I don't know my score yet.
I know that I really enjoyed this beer. I think the cinnamon is just the perfect level of cinnamon, and I think it works well with the mango. And I'm only saying the mango because you said mango. I wouldn't have guessed mango. I just taste a citrusy, fruity front end, followed right behind it with the cinnamon, and I think it's delicious. I would give it a 4.
Wow, you're going 4.
I would give this a deli. I would recommend this.
A 4.
Yeah. I think it's really good. And I think a lot of people could like it.
I'm leaning that way.
Personally.
Oh, I mean this
That's so.
I can tell
here-
you, unless you derail this, I think we go ahead, Stu. I'll let you
I don't think
go.
I'm going to derail it. I'm just.
I'll go with you.
Here's
Stu.
my to both of y'all's points, and to even my learning of beers as we've done this over the years. They shouldn't call this an IPA. That's the only knock. I don't think it's got anything there, like you said, the smell, the skunk, the after the coating of the top of the mouth, any of that. None of that's there.
it doesn't have any of that.
because that cinnamon dries it out.
Yeah.
I think it's there. I don't think we can pick up on it because of the way the cinnamon.
So
kicks.
it's IPA because of the way they made it, and
Yeah,
then
but
you add
the
cinnamon, and it
cinnamon
just
jacks
slices
it
everything
up.
in half.
I totally agree.
I could knock it on the coloring of the bottle and the marketing. It's not really all that great, but
Goose Island does not do marketing well.
yeah, I mean,
Not their thing.
I just think their main logo and their name Goose Island, and then everything I recall that they put out is based around that simple, silly, bland-looking goose, and it's just not.
yeah.
Honk.
Yeah.
And I think
Who even likes geese?
I even like this
Nobody.
more based on the fact we read
Cobra
the
chickens.
story behind it.
I know.
The naming, now the market naming, Lost Palate doesn't mean anything to anybody unless you actually know what that means. And having read that and know the story, that's
I like that
I like
somebody had the nuts to say, "Oh, these are his two tastes. Let's try that."
Yeah, let's rock
Because
it.
Yeah.
like Brendan said, who would think to try that? No one would think to try that.
No, you never go to a restaurant and they go, "We've got this mango dessert. We put a little cinnamon on it."
Yeah.
And now I'm like, "You absolutely should."
Sold me.
and this
Yeah.
this is what they call a tribute beer to the guy.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
the best beer.
No,
It's the
it's-
tribute to the best beer. Sorry, it's a tenacious
I see
D
what you
joke.
do there.
I hear you on that one. I mean, I'm going to go 3.5. I don't know if I can put it on the 4 mark, but I could see this. Like, it's a hot day right now. It's 100 degrees outside, and I could drink this all day long.
You know what's funny about
Except that
this beer?
alcohol will knock
All right,
you
so
on
a
your
4
ass.
True.
and a 3.5. This is the season where for fall beers. I know it's not fall,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but fall beer season is here.
Yeah, Halloween is in full effect right now.
The Voodoo Ranger
Yep.
just showed up. I
Yeah.
got a
Messenger.
direct message. Yeah, from
TPH. Somebody worked with us. Somebody hit us up. Imagine that.
Yeah. So I got hit up by Mike over here,
Yep.
one of my buddies, and he reached out and he said, "Hey man, just saw that this is at Kroger, and I still have not gotten it, and I know now that I'm catching a flight tomorrow, it'll be gone.
What?
I'm not going to be able to get my Voodoo Ranger this
Oh,
year
oh.
because I have screwed up. I have been too busy dealing with nonsense, and I just haven't been. And I actually went to a different store today to look for it, and it wasn't there. But they had this. The reason I bring that up, though, in addition to giving a shout out for Mike reaching out and hooking us up with the information that it exists, because it's only ever here for like a week to 2 weeks,
Right.
and then it sells out. And it's so much better when it starts getting cold, but they release it now. I think this could function as a fall beer, albeit fantastic in the heat because of the mango. That cinnamon
Yeah.
is very much a fall flavor. So I think I'm going to stock up on this as well
Yeah.
going into the fall.
I just don't know if you're cold around a fire if this is the go-to.
It's the cinnamon alone.
Okay.
That
I think like this beer could reach
Do it all?
across palates, different palates. I think it could reach across seasons.
So I'm actually going to go with Troy on this.
Okay.
This is a 4. I love the way the cinnamon dries my mouth out at the end, but I also love the way the mango gives it this like fruity profile
Yeah.
that makes it like really refreshing, to Stu's point. So
Yeah.
I agree with both of your assessments here. I love it. This beer is fantastic. It's juicy and fruit forward, and then ends with just cinnamon.
Yep.
It
At
does.
no
yeah.
point is it overly hoppy,
And
despite
then you have
being
a
hazy.
bland cinnamon, a faint cinnamon, not bland, a faint cinnamon taste in your mouth afterwards.
I
It's
love
glorious.
this beer.
Yeah.
I love this beer. So 4, 3.5.
That's a deli.
That's
Ring
a
that
deli.
bell.
Got to knock the dust off of
No
it.
shit. It's been a while. Goose
Hell
Island
yeah.
Lost Palate
Good
Has-
work, Brendan.
for
has
it.
earned its spot in the lexicon of delis.
Yes.
It gets to, and it's got palate in the name. So awesome.
That's gonna affect their sales for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Their sales just
Yeah,
went
just-
through the roof. Actually, what's going to happen is now
ITPH bump.
I won't be able to find it.
That's right.
That's what happens every time.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. It says, enter zip code.
That is tasty, man.
Very good.
I'm gonna pick.
I would not have thought. Isn't
No.
it funny how that works?
That's a
Like we
weird
see
one.
something that has a cool can, it has a cool name, and sounds like it's gonna be good, and it's garbage. And then you see something unassuming like this with
I literally
ingredients.
I walked past it.
Oh, yeah.
Walked past it again, and then I was coming back to go get some like Blue Moon weird thing that they're doing. I was like, well, I guess that's where we're gonna have to go. And then I was like, what is that?
Yeah,
All right, so I have to ask you, where did you pick this up at?
Publix.
Okay.
we're Publix guys here.
Yeah, I'm a Publix guy.
Because per Goose Island's website, when I plug in our zip code, the closest place to buy it is Roanoke.
Oh crap! We're not gonna be able to get this beer. This beer's gonna be gone in no time.
It's on the if it's on the public list and they distribute to Publix, that might be the thing. But like straight up, like per their website, the closest place is someplace in Roanoke. The Social House, 202.
Oh, that's a bar.
126 miles from here.
That's a bar, though.
That's weird.
So they
Maybe
might
it's
just
only
be showing.
bars?
Yeah, they're just showing bars.
Which you're not gonna find this in a bar.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I missed it. That was on the on tap, not the in stores.
This biscuit.
Minus one.
-1. Good calls. Good call, Troy. -1. Bad info.
I don't want to call
Man.
strikes, but I'm back here just behind the plate, just doing my job.
We've only been dinging him one at a clip. He's still got 5 negative points.
Well, and then I hit it in stores and it says, "Oh no, we can't find that beer." So it's got to be distributed to Publix in Florida, and then it's coming up this way.
So then that sounds like it's a shitty website.
Well, it's
Which I was on a website the other day, and on my phone, and it was like a crappy website for mobile, and I was like,
Tighten up.
shouldn't all websites just be mobile forward and then like?
Absolutely.
But they have to be laid out different. Like you have to have a
Yeah,
mobile
it's
site
different,
and-
but
yeah.
if you don't have a responsive site, even the crappy ITPH website is mobile responsive.
Yeah.
Check it out.
so it looks the same though.
No, it changes. It's mobile
Right.
responsive.
Right.
Because, like, I never get on a computer to do anything. Like, I do all my work on a computer, but my work computer is straight work. Like, I wouldn't even get on my personal email. Like, that's my work computer. So, like, I don't do anything not work-related on it.
Yeah.
Everything else is on my phone. Like, because we have a crappy laptop at home, and it frustrates me, so I don't even bother with it.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm disappointed that beer's gone.
There's
so
more.
We missed one thing.
I know, but
What was your price point? Is this a 6-pack, 8-pack?
this
It's a
was
sixer.
a 6-pack. It's not like the awkward.
Oh, I threw the receipt away.
It's not
Ten-
like the awkward
It's probably like a
Duff 7-pack.
$10 plus.
It was, maybe $10.99? Is that what I saw on it?
Uh,
You bought a bunch of stuff, so I saw a bunch
yeah,
of
it was in
numbers.
that ballpark. It was
Yeah.
in that ballpark. We'll call it $10
Yeah,
per 6-pack, but it was awesome.
totally worth it.
Yeah, I'm digging
Especially
on
for
that.
a high octane, because a lot of times you're buying 4.5s, 5s.
Well, that's
for
a good one to show up at somebody's house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to show up at somebody's house. You bring that 6-pack, you drop
Yeah.
it down, and be like, you guys should all try that. And, like, everybody's happy. You know? It's a tasty beverage.
You've never had this, but guess what? Your mind's going to be blown.
It's a deli winner.
I'm
You
still
know it's good.
curious as to find out what the 4 stars are that are underneath the can and why they have a star in the tab.
Because it's how many deli points.
That's right. They already knew.
Yeah, they round it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what they do, because it was like a 3.85.
Yeah.
So they just round it up to 4, because you're not going to put 3.85 stars.
No
That's
one,
ludicrous.
No one would know what that meant, Stu. Come on,
Ludicrous.
dude.
Yeah, no, it's a deli winner, and they knew that. If I had
Good on 'em.
If I had
That's good
the
stuff.
wherewithal to actually tag them, I would, but I won't, because
I used to
gotta
tag. I used to tag all these beers, and it got to be more of a headache than anything.
Well, I noticed that we started hating a lot.
Yeah, you don't like to tag the beers you don't
That's not good.
give a high score to.
Speaking of potential hating, I know we don't talk a lot of sports, but they're playing this game in the background right now. It is the Field of Dreams game.
Correct.
And so they're like playing baseball with, like, in a cornfield,
Yeah.
essentially.
Like the movie.
Yeah, I mean, is this so? Like, I understand like the Winter Classic in hockey,
Yeah.
where they play outside, and I think that's awesome. this is gimmicky. I mean, am I supposed to be impressed by this?
Well, they're not actually playing on the field where they filmed the movie. This field is about 100 or 200 yards from where they filmed the actual movie.
On the other side of a cornfield.
Well, it's in the
Correct.
same field, same cornfield, in Iowa.
But is this?
Are they going to do this every year?
I think they probably will.
So I have recorded it. I was at, ironically, baseball practice with my son earlier, so I haven't gotten to see any of it, and it's been behind me the whole time. I do have a taste of nostalgia for that movie. I'll be 43 in a month. But I really don't think that movie's as good as people think it is. I think we always say nostalgia is a hell of a drug, and I think that's
it's a powerful drug.
I think that's what it is. Like,
it's a powerful drug.
I don't know if I'd sit my 9 and 11-year-olds down and make them watch this movie. Like, I don't know if they. Now I watch it because I didn't have shit else to do because that's how we were raised.
But I think if you're, let's just say, you watched that movie at whatever age you were when you watched it, whether you're old, young, middle, little kid. I think everybody, as far as a guy maybe, left that movie saying, I want to go throw a ball with my dad real quick.
This movie looks. I've never seen this movie.
You never seen Field of Dreams?
I've never seen Field of Dreams.
Oh, you're in the.
So
you are in left field.
So this is not. This is not
It does
nostalgic
nothing
for me.
you.
And because Field of Dreams was one of these movies that like I kept hearing about,
It's so slow.
and I basically created.
The movie in your head.
Yeah, like I've seen this
Yeah.
movie, right? Like,
Well, it's
right.
on a lot of.
all right, I want to tell you. I want you guys to tell
I've
me.
never
if-
seen Titanic, so I
I
can't.
refused to watch Titanic.
I've never seen it.
because I knew how it ended. So I was like, why would I watch this? This is horrible. But I feel like I've heard enough nonsense and seen like scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the Field of Dreams movie
Give us a synopsis, and we'll tell you
from
how
a guy
right you are.
who's
Yeah,
never
Yeah.
seen the Field of Dreams movie.
Okay.
Okay. So this is Field of Dreams. You got Kevin Costner, right? And I don't
Yeah, he's in
Can
it.
I tell you who's in it first?
I don't give a
Cast-
shit.
Don't tell
Oh,
him.
okay,
Let's
okay,
see, let's see who.
So you got Kevin Costner, right? And
Yep.
and I'm guessing, based on the fact that he's on a farm, and he's got
Correct.
cornfields, and anytime there's a farm, like, all right, if it's a movie about a dog, spoiler alert, dog's gonna die.
You know what?
You've
I would
missed
like
the
to-
boat.
No. I'm just saying, and
Most
anytime
people don't know that.
that dogs are gonna die,
I know many people that have to put their dogs down or their dog dies and they act surprised.
no. Every dog movie, every dog movie,
It's not living with you.
yeah,
People
like-
are always like, the worst they ever had. It's like
literally since
knew that
Old
was gonna
Yeller,
happen.
Yeah.
we have said, hey, it's a dog movie, dog dies. You can't even get a feel good fun movie like Turner and Hooch without killing the damn
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
Well, it was like
This is what we
Marley
do.
and Me was like. Everyone knew that was a tearjerk movie, and they couldn't wait to
Of
get in there.
course, yeah, no, Marley and Me, like it was in the promo, like dog's gonna
Yeah,
die.
yeah.
Here comes another dog. Like so as soon as I saw a farm, right? Because anytime there's a farm, whether it's Pure Country or whatever damn farm movie you're gonna put out there, I'm just putting out like anytime you see a farm in a movie, I immediately assume the bank is coming. The bank is gonna take the farm. So
Yep.
so I'm gonna say now that Kevin Costner has a farm, and he has to raise a bunch of money to save the farm, but somehow he gets derailed by his psychosis, and he believes he has to build a baseball field in this farm. Now I can't. That's a missing link for me. I believe, and again, don't correct me till when I'm done.
Yeah.
Tell me all the places I'm
Okay.
wrong. So,
Well,
he's-
Stu will have. I've only seen it through once or twice, and it's been a long time, so Stu will have to like. Really
well, I'm
break
doing
it
the
down.
big picture.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm assuming
You get it.
I'm assuming the farm is in trouble. He's going to lose the farm. So now this is creating. Now it's a family farm because all farms are family farms in every movie.
Yeah.
So it's a family farm. And I know that in some part of it, everyone says, I want to play catch with my dad. So I know that there must be family involved, right? So he's got this family farm. He's losing it. But then somehow, some way, and this is what I don't know how to add up, is there's a twist where he starts to think, I need to make a baseball field. Now, this is where his psychosis comes in because this psycho seems to think if you build it, they will come. That's the other thing that I hear all the time. So he starts to get absolutely crazy. Now, in my mind, this is like Close Encounters, like that kind of crazy where he's like making the mashed potatoes and he's like, this means something. So, yes. So I feel like we're kind of going down that road where it's like a Close Encounters, like it's all consuming. And now he's not doing the things he needs to do because this is more important. And so this is the direction he goes, that he has to build this baseball field. Now, after he completes this field and he's not fulfilled, then out of the corn, right? Because I've heard that the people show up. So I know that there's some level. So out of the corn comes the baseball players. Now, we couldn't have everybody come out at once because that would be overwhelming. So we're going to have one guy come out, maybe two guys come out, and these become his guides, his spirit guides. And they kind of walk him through. Now, he doesn't know if he's in like a sixth sense situation where like he's seeing dead people or if he's crazy and what the hell is going on. So he starts
It's funny you say that because you need to think almost Sixth Sense from the beginning of the movie.
Okay, I don't know that turn. So, but what I do assume these people who come out are not of the living. So they're either ghosts or apparitions. Is kind of the general vibe I get. So these, and I'm going to go with apparitions because I'm going to call him he's crazy. But never mind. So they come out, right?
So
and
then he's seeing and hearing things is what you're thinking.
Yeah, and even if it is a ghost, right? I'm not wrong. He is seeing and hearing things that maybe other people can't see. So I believe that the other people are not seeing this. Now, I may be off on that point. So these people come out and start talking to him, and then they guide him to do more, right? And then he gets even more into this psychosis, if you will, and he finishes the field and it becomes amazing. But then what I don't understand is how the turn happens. Either they play a game or don't play a game. We'll go with they play a game. There's a big ghost game. And Casper the Friendly Ghost and weird poltergeist shit going on.
Is
Not
Slimer
scary.
there?
Yeah, of course. He's
okay.
Hot dog.
Yeah.
Hot dog.
Yeah.
Slimer's going around.
Side note, have you seen the reboot that's coming out
No, but I'm psyched.
for Ghostbusters?
I will see it. But somehow,
Not a reboot.
It's supposed
It's a new.
Yeah.
It's a new angle.
I think
on
somehow the culmination of this whole thing is he's kind of rewarded, but he's unfulfilled. And then the ghost that comes out at the end is his father who has passed, and ultimately he just gets to play this game of catch with his dad on this field, and that becomes the climactic moment of the movie, that he gets to play catch with his dad on this field, and it really has less to do with the baseball game. All right, how did I do for a man who's never seen the movie?
50%.
You wouldn't say more than that? I thought that was pretty spot on.
Well, because he doesn't own the farm.
He doesn't own the farm. Okay, so right out the gate.
See, I don't remember
right
that
out the
part.
gate, I'm wrong.
And he's from New York.
But they move out there, and then
He doesn't move out
Oh,
there.
so it's a little funny farm type vibe.
he does move out there. Why would he's living on the
No,
farm?
he takes a road trip with James Earl Jones, who's Darth Vader.
Oh, and no, the blind guy from the Sandlot.
Yes,
True.
Who's the man. He's the man.
but he keeps. So how
he
does
liked
he
to crowd
How's he
the
end up
plate.
at the farm?
So he ends up. He ends up at the farm because he had to go west to follow Moonlight Graham, who was a baseball player, who was a doctor living in and James Earl Jones is a writer that wrote about this one guy, Moonlight Graham. Kevin Costner, who ended up finding out that this Moonlight Graham, who was a doctor, he played with his dad at one point in time. His dad was supposed to be in the major leagues, but it didn't happen.
Okay.
But they're like, you got to go out to here and see the field. And if it's like, and he starts hearing voices, but what he's hearing actually he doesn't see.
He keeps hearing
And
if
the
you
children
do,
of
they
the
will
corn.
come.
Yeah,
Children of
basically,
the corn.
yeah. And the
So it's really the wind.
but the
But he and his
but the-
wife and kid are living in that farmhouse.
no, Annie is.
That's his wife.
That's his right. They do move out
Yeah.
there. He road trips out to where the field is. But then Annie, his wife, and their daughter, they come, and
So daughter
she
or
starts. They're like,
So she hears it too.
Well, no, he's hearing it. I got to build. He builds a field.
He starts building a field,
and nothing happens. But then the
so
daughter,
he's hearing voices. So he does hear the voices. Then he builds a field.
Right, and the bank's coming to collect the farm. The whole 9
From
yards.
whom?
I think it's from
him. I think,
after he builds it.
Yeah.
Okay, so he
He's
does get.
He's focused on building the field and not farming the land.
So his psychosis does get the better of him.
Right, but it wasn't his.
But then some of the guys kept coming out of the cornfield, and he would watch them, and then no one would see him.
So he was hallucinating.
But then his wife,
his daughter choked on a hot dog, fell down.
Oh, full
and
circle.
Everybody that was there, like the bank guy, they're like, "Where'd the players come from?"
You couldn't.
Oh, now we can see them.
No, you couldn't.
Oh, look at the twist.
One of the twists is you can't cross
the baseline.
You couldn't cross the baseline
if you were a player
because that meant you could never.
So they couldn't go save the girl.
Yes.
No, that's the point. Moonlight Graham.
The doctor comes across the baseline to save the girl,
and he goes from 20 to like 89 in a heartbeat
because he's still alive.
No,
they picked him up on a road trip.
See, this movie sucks.
It's not a real movie.
Oh, it's not a documentary.
No.
This changes everything.
So then basically the climax of the movie, you're pretty right. His dad's playing catcher. His dad shows up and he says, "Hey, Dad, you want to have a catch?" And they play catch.
And then that's the tearjerker moment.
And that's the tearjerker. And then like there's this long pan out vision where like you see the road going to the farmland, and it's just cars, cars, and cars.
Literally 3/4 of the movie doesn't take place at the field.
Weird. All right, so there sounds like there's more to it.
So I guess they never really explained to the end, but I'm guessing at the end, because they kept saying if you build it, they will come. And then I guess at the end, everyone could see the ghost.
Yeah, they could come there and see
and
the
what it
dead
was
people.
is the older generation that would want to come and have peanuts and sit in the box stands and see things as they used to be before baseball got crazy, like Big Monster. You know, we're talking like 40s and 30s.
Yeah, back when the performance-enhancing drug was drinking whiskey all night.
So it's like the end of the movie is like all the people that are in their 70s and 80s that were 12 and 13 in the 20s and 30s are coming because this movie was made in 98 or 89. They're coming to see what baseball used to be.
The whole point of the movie, though, is
chasing his dad.
He's playing catch with his dad, who I guess, I don't know, did he have a good relationship with, or did he never know or something? But, like, his dad was younger than him because his dad was, like, in his 20s, and he's, like, a 35-year-old dad himself. So, like.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I can see how it's a tearjerker.
Yeah, so, like.
But the movie still sounds kind of stupid.
Oh, and I'm 100% wrong. You're right. He did own the farm from the beginning.
You're damn right.
But he heard voices and went on a road trip to chase the voices. Had to go like find.
That's where he found James Earl
Jones and the Moonlight Graham kid and all this other stuff.
And he was like,
yeah.
And he kept second guessing himself because he's like, "Why am I building this?" Yeah. And everybody in the town's like, "Why is he building?"
He just plowed.
That's why I was calling it psychosis because I assumed it was
because they're like, you just plowed off like half of your income.
No one heard it.
I just wasted 15 minutes of the listener's time, but I wanted to take a shot.
But for the listeners who haven't seen it, Kevin Costner, James Earl Jones, Ray Liotta, Burt Lancaster.
Ray Liotta is Shoeless Joe Jackson, right?
Yes.
Who's a cheater?
Yes, but also a good ball player.
No, but he's a piece of crap.
Yeah, but he's a good ball player.
He was to get to that point, but like. We should have kicked the White Sox out of the damn league.
You're a Tour de France guy, so you love cheaters.
No. They cheated to win, and I respect that. I don't like cheating to lose.
Cheating's cheating.
Cheating to lose for a profit, that's trash.
You just were all pro-profit
cheating to
capitalism.
Win for a profit?
Yeah, winning.
Yeah, your morals compass bumps around here.
When it comes to W's, it's pointing squarely north.
Yeah, but you're a Cubs fan, so you're used to not having W's.
Yes, it's been heartbreaking. But I got a W in 2016.
And they sold you. They literally just offloaded the whole damn team.
This has been very heartbreaking for me to watch happen.
FYI, in October, back end of October, I'm going to Chicago, and we're staying in Wrigleyville.
Of course you are.
Yeah, you know who
you never work.
You know who won't
Your new
be in
boss
Wrigleyville?
Is
the
slacker.
Because it's October.
No, we're headed up that way because kids are going to visit Northwestern and Notre Dame.
So there will be no baseball in Chicago.
So hey, go do yourself a favor when you're in Wrigleyville. run by Al's Italian Beef.
Oh, where you get the sausages from?
No. So
where
I
you
can
get the
only get
Italian beef.
I can only get Portillo's. Portillo's is a poor man's Al's. Get yourself some Al's. That stuff will
Owls.
stuff will put 5 pounds on you quick, and it is a tasty treat. And
Tastes like losing.
and if you get a chance, go to Sluggers. It's the only bar where you can stand there with a drink and have 100-mile fastballs hurled at you without a helmet on.
So
Nice.
where am I going to get the local shot of Malort? And is there anything I need to bring
Yes.
back?
Literally any
anywhere.
bar.
And bring them
Anywhere,
back.
okay.
Bring them back.
Go into any bar and say, I want a Chicago handshake. They'll hook you up. They'll give you an old style.
They're
a
not
shot
going to
of
say go
Malort.
in the back bathroom and.
You'd be very lucky if that's what you got versus an old style and a Malort.
Did I send y'all that TikTok that had the Malort promo on it? It was like,
Dude, that was the
No,
greatest thing.
I
It
didn't
said
see that.
these
Yeah.
pants aren't going to shit themselves. Malort.
so I sent it to
Nice.
my college buddies, and they were like, "That's hilarious. What the hell is Malort?"
Oh.
And of course, Kaz and I have had it, and we were like trying to describe it, and Kaz is basically like, "It tastes like vomit," and I was like, "That's
It's better
been-
than that.
That's been siphoned through Shaq's sock." Like,
Yes, with a hint of grapefruit. Yeah. I do always like to call
Hint
out.
of grapefruit.
I do like to call out it as a hint of grapefruit.
it's got botanicals in it for
Interesting botanicals.
Yeah.
Look, I love Malort. It's gotten to the point now, after all these years of doing this, I actually kind of like sadistically enjoy Malort.
sure. Yes,
It's
I-
gotten
oh,
weird,
I,
like
I love it.
I think it
yeah,
might
it's
be-
because it's not like it doesn't burn and make you want to throw up. It just
No,
makes you
no.
regret things.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's definitely not a I'm gonna puke shot.
No, that's like a bad tequila will make you retch and your
Yeah,
mouth waters.
yeah.
Your mouth doesn't water. Your mouth goes, seriously, bro, what are you doing? This is horrible.
question mark.
Yeah. This you've put a corpse's toe in your mouth and you shouldn't have done that.
I get a little bit of
Oh.
mouth watery, but I don't get the like my stomach doesn't want to boot it. It's just like that's a foul taste that I haven't had before, even though I've had it before.
It's a great taste. I mean,
It's a rite of passage.
I think
Come
so.
here. Do we have any? Let's do it right now.
There's always Malort here.
I know.
There's Malort in there. Oh no, there's a little Malort in the thing on the wall,
Oh, yeah,
but
you
there's
got the Malort server hanging on the wall.
but there's also some Malort there. I'm heartbroken that I did lose that bottle of Malort at Scandals.
oh no,
That was a heartbreaker. It definitely.
they did try it though, right?
One guy tried it. As far as I'm concerned, Greg is a man.
Yes.
The other guys are working towards it. That's fine. We have next year.
You gotta try it.
Everyone should try Malort. It is
Yes.
a rite of passage, and everybody who's come in here for the most part has tried it.
Mm-hmm.
What's my favorite is when a listener comes in here and they like finally get to do an episode, and then they're like, "Where's my Malort?"
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Actually, I have one of the first times that Jay and the Abacus came here, and I have a recording.
Oh yeah,
Of
we
them?
did that late night
We
recording.
literally, yeah, it was like after.
Because they weren't on that one. They were like sitting back in the cut, and then we
And it was
all,
after all the debauchery.
Yeah.
And like it was late into the night, and we said we can fire this up and let you guys taste some Lord. It's like 30 minutes of probably some of the worst pod ever.
But hilarious.
Hilarious to the hardcores, for sure. It's their first shot of Malort.
I think all of our listeners are hardcore.
I'm just reading about
Most.
it, and it says during Prohibition, Jepson was inspired to produce a legal medicinal alcohol, which you could sell during
Yes.
Prohibition.
yeah,
And
throw some peppermint or something in there. Jesus,
No,
dude.
no. That won't cure things.
I mean, hide it.
oh,
No, yeah, medicine tastes like cherries and fake cherries and shit. Throw some fake cherry flavoring in there.
we put wormwood.
yeah,
So,
the
uh,
worst of all the wood.
all the wood. So I meant to tell you,
Kentucky's like, we do oak and we do, you know, they're like, got that extra wormwood sitting around?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think there's some in the toilet.
Yeah.
a buddy of mine and his girlfriend are going off to Paris over the next 10
Oh,
days.
they're not going to get Malort.
and bringing back an order of absinthe.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff.
I don't think
Yeah.
you can get that through customs.
You know where the best absinthe comes
I
from?
think you can.
The
or
best
else they wouldn't-
absinthe comes out of the Czech Republic.
Oh, really?
That Eastern
Yeah.
Bloc absinthe will make you cut your ear off. That's the good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the good stuff.
That's the good stuff. We had I heard a story. Young Jimmy used
Yep.
to get absinthe shipped over from the Czech Republic, and he would always talk about how just amazing this stuff
I've
was.
never had the real stuff.
So I went to his house once and tried the real stuff, and he was like, "Hey man, we can have 2 shots," and he's like, "But you can't do 3 to 4." He's like, "Something changes," and I was like, "Really?" So we did 2 shots, and he had it done up right, where he had like the
sugar cube.
he had the slotted spoon with
yeah.
the sugar cube, and like we do
Lit
it like
on
that.
fire, drop
Like-
the sugar cube in.
So we tried 2 of those, and he was like, "That's where we're gonna leave it." And I'll be damned if like true absinthe doesn't make you feel obviously a little drunk, but there is a stony vibe.
yeah, it's a hallucinogenic.
Yeah, there's a stony vibe that really starts to creep in, and you're like, you're giggling. You think you're very creative. You're coming up with different angles on things. And he's like,
Solving all the world's problems.
but he was like that 3rd shot is where it starts to turn a little like less fun. And he's like in the 4th shot. So he said one night he and his wife sat around and they drank some absinthe, and they had 4 shots because they just kept being like, "This is amazing."
Right.
And he was like, after that 4th shot, he was like, "I was so creative and dialed in." And then he's like, "And then I just started vomiting like everywhere." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds about right." Like you don't. So he would always let me have 2 shots, and honestly, it's a really good feeling. You just have to dial that.
Tastes good too, right?
It tastes like licorice.
Yeah.
So
It says that it is actually from Switzerland, but in the early 90s, after the Velvet Revolution, the Czech Republic perfected it. And
that's the stuff with the high wormwood content.
Yeah.
So basically,
So they
there's
did wormwood right.
correct. There's something called thujones.
Yep.
And so the thujones are what gives you that kind of like stony hallucinogenic
Trippy.
effect. Yeah. And so the thujones, when you process wormwood properly, you can extract the thujones from it, and then that will get you feeling different. And then they put this anise flavor, which is the licorice.
Anus?
Anise,
Anus?
N-I-S-E. No, not anus.
I said anus.
I know. The anus is in the Jepson's Malort. And anise is in wormwood. It's a subtle difference.
It's a
subtle difference. There's an E, and then you swap a U for an
Yeah.
I. It's different. But yeah, anus and anus. so close. So close. But yeah, that thujone will get you. And so if there are places where you can go online, and the Czech Republic will actually ship it over to you, but you have to find these sites, and you can look at thujone content.
Because I know around here
But-
they have like a really watered down version of it
Well,
without the.
the
we
sugar
limit the
sugar
Thujone.
cube is the test. So if you put a sugar cube over top of absinthe and you pour dripping water over it, if it doesn't loge, turn cloudy
Yep.
off of the dripping water into absinthe, if it doesn't turn cloudy, then that means it's a knockoff brand and it's not true.
That means it's Americanized.
Or
bastardized.
it just doesn't have it's not made in Czech.
Yeah, I think that's right, because honestly, the times I've had it clouds up right away.
We should do an absinthe episode.
We can get it. It's a green fairy, greenfairy.com or greenfairy.org, I
Can
believe.
Deliver.
Check out greenfairy.
I
And
didn't
then
think you could have any of that illegal liquor stuff brought over here.
it's the Czech Republic.
If it's sold in the airport under the what is it, the
Duty free?
yeah, maybe.
Check out Green
Green
Fairy.
Fairy.
Try.org. I feel like they have to be an organization to get through some of these. Is that right?
Greenfairy.org. Doctors. Greenfairy. New Zealand. No.
I might be way off.
Way off.
I mean, I'm pulling a corner of my brain that I haven't accessed in a while.
Oh wait, here we go. Green Fairy absinthe alcohol sales.
Boom.
That's what we got here.
Found it.
Now you can actually look up Thujone content on there.
Get all the Thujones? Is that what you're saying?
You want the Thujones. Now you're going to pay through the nose because you have to ship
Oh,
it
yeah.
over and get through
Here's
customs.
an absinthe making kit.
No, I don't want to make my own absinthe.
It's the greendevil.com.
What's next?
I think Green Fairy absinthe. Etsy.
Beer making kits? Who wants that?
So
yeah,
I
it's
wonder,
all there.
So we should start mixing half and half shots.
Of what?
Absinthe Malort.
All the wormwoods.
Now, when you shit in your pants,
Yeah. And go blind.
you'll think it's something special.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be like, "Oh, I did it! I crossed over to the next
Do
plane."
you guys have that warm fuzzy feeling in your pants?
Yeah, we did it. That's what we need.
Who shit my pants?
We need to start mixing half and half shots,
Yeah.
absinthe and Malort, and it's the opposite ends of the spectrum of wormwood.
And then do Jello shots with them.
We could do whatever we want at that point. I'm thinking stilts. I don't know why. Like I want to
Yeah.
get some stilts, but yeah, I mean whatever you're into.
Yeah,
Whatever you're into.
that'll be fun.
I'm gonna do this.
All right.
I'm gonna.
Well, I
order-
will, because
Let's order a bottle. I got 5 on
For
it.
all intents and purposes, I will be getting a bottle of it coming back in 6 days, and we can test it to see if it's true or not. But it's coming from France.
Just tell them that that's what I want to know. How high is the Thujon content on this?
okay.
And make it. Actually, Stu, you got a lot of homework here. I need to know where Claire Cunningham is playing.
Claire, that's easy. I can text her right now.
And I need lots of Thujon.
Probably look at her website.
It's not there. I actually went there today.
Yeah, she,
Yeah, I went on her website. I went on her
she's
Facebook.
actually been
went on her
blowing up
Instagram.
on, like her. She's been winning a couple awards, like
She's
on
got
the
some new-
Irish
I
stuff
guess
things.
when you go,
But
when you play as much as her, it's hard to keep your website updated.
That's what I'm saying, 'cause you're
daily,
playing all
and
the
it probably
time.
changes.
Yeah, I that's
Maybe
the impression.
Twitter.
is the
Probably her
impression
Twitter
I
might
got.
tell you. If you check the day of.
I checked her Twitter, and she does tend to send out the day of.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get ahead of this curve because,
Yeah.
like, I'm not a big planner, but I like to have like a 48-hour plan
Yeah.
going on. So that's kind of where I am now. I'm in that rabbit hole.
Yeah, you're a day away.
I'm less.
Yeah.
I mean, if everything goes according to plan and I don't get stewed on my flight,
oh, you just said it.
But what?
you're stewed. But wow.
Great movie.
Yeah, Weird Science
Yeah.
for those that
Yeah.
don't know.
I like a greasy pork sandwich served in a dirty ashtray.
That sounds good.
With some absinthe.
What's the matter?
I don't know if I looked at any of my topics.
What are your topics?
Oh, you know what's interesting coming out right now? Oh man, I got two that I'd like to. Oh, three. Whew. All right, you're gonna pick, Troy.
All right.
You want to talk about Mountain Dew or Busch beer?
Ooh.
I think I know the Mountain Dew one because I think I sent it in. I'm curious about Busch beer because I don't know anything about the Busch beer.
I didn't know the story behind Busch beer.
I don't think I saw it, but can I guess? Is it related to the fact that they're not ever going to do seltzers?
No.
Did you see that though?
No. This is how Busch beer got its name.
Oh, okay.
I find this to be a wild story, and I didn't know this. And I got down like a Reddit rabbit hole, and I ended up with your boys, the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah.
So the St.
The
Louis
greatest
Cardinals,
team of all time.
they play in Busch Stadium.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So way back, we go all the way back to Augusta Busch Jr.
Okay.
He has now purchased the Cardinals, and he's an heir of the Anheuser-Busch
Yeah.
throne. So he wants to build this big old stadium, right? And he wants to call it Budweiser Stadium. This is his big
That would have been
plan.
cool.
So he builds this big old stadium, and then they're like, "What are you going to call it?" And he's like, "Oh, I mean, it's Budweiser. It's Budweiser Ballpark. This is
Yeah.
where we play as the Cardinals." 'Cause
Oh, was there some alcohol thing you can't?
the MLB says, absolutely not.
Which is hilarious.
You
now.
cannot have the name of a beer be on the ballpark for a Major League Baseball team.
Yeah, like Coors Field. You couldn't do that.
So he fights with them for like back and forth
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
a bit. Like, come on, guys. Like, I own Budweiser. This is our claim to fame. Budweiser Ballpark. We're gonna sell it there. You got to help me out here. And MLB's like, no, you should have brought this up before you built the stadium. So he's like, all right, you know what? That's fine. He's like, we'll just name it Busch Stadium. So they name it after his last name, Busch Stadium.
This is glorious. I see where this is
Wow,
going now.
yeah.
This is glorious.
So as soon as the stadium opens,
and it's a legit name. Like
Yeah.
it's not a made up thing.
yeah,
like,
he says, okay, we'll name it after my family. And they say, okay, and then he signs all the paperwork.
Yeah.
It's
That's what
official.
Adolphus Busch was the Anheuser in Anheuser.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
Augusta Busch Jr., but
Right.
Adolphus is absolutely right.
yeah.
So then there was Augusta, and so
Everybody begins with A.
Yeah.
he names the stadium Busch Stadium after his family. MLB approves it.
Yeah, but
They
now
get it.
that it's Busch Stadium, you can't sell. Like you could sell Budweiser.
No, but he
it's-
created Busch beer
No,
after they named the stadium, right?
Yeah, that's literally what he did. He goes, guys,
No.
we're making a new beer.
No, that's exactly right. I was sitting burning up to tee off on it, but you stepped on it.
So he creates Busch Bavarian, which actually was supposed to be a high-end
it was
beer.
Yeah.
At the time, it was. I mean, you got to remember, you're competing against the Schlitzes and all that bullshit. So he creates Busch Bavarian beer, and it only over time became a little lesser of a beer and became Busch. They dropped the Bavarian. Yeah. But that is how Busch got its name. He literally made it so that his stadium could sell his beer and have the name of it on there. And he was like, "Gotcha, bitches," and it worked.
Isn't that how everything works, right? Like what? Like we make these rules and regulations, and then people find a loophole. Like that's a loophole.
Yeah, and that's what he did,
and it's glorious.
Yeah, he said, "Okay, I will play by your rules. I want you to sign here and sign here." And then he turned around and
he could have made up any word too.
Yeah, he absolutely could.
Because he owned Anheuser-Busch. He could be like,
Red Dog Stadium.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So
PBR Stadium.
On the site, it says Busch beer was introduced in 1955 as Busch Bavarian beer. The brand name changed in 1979 to Busch beer, a slightly lower price point than the flagship brand Budweiser, and it serves as Anheuser-Busch's second most popular brand to today.
That's amazing.
Isn't that awesome?
I never knew that.
Didn't know that.
Like, and as a Cardinals fan, you probably like that little bit of knowledge.
Yeah, Busch Stadium.
But that was like a little rabbit hole I ended up down on Reddit, and then someone's like, "Did you know?" And then dropped this little story, and I'm like, "What?" And I look at the article, and I read the article. I was like, "That's the most amazing turn of events ever." You won't let me name it Budweiser. That's fine. Busch Brewers, get to work. I want a Bavarian beer. We're calling it Busch.
Well, and then like I said, obviously now you can name it whatever you want. There's a Coors Field. There's other.
Yeah, but that's because of Augusta Busch in St. Louis. He's the one who broke.
So then they were like, "F it, we're not even trying anymore."
Yeah, they didn't even fight him at that point because they opened the stadium and then they started brewing the Busch.
Yeah, now they have like PetSmart.com stadium. Like they have the worst.
Yeah, they gave up.
Yeah.
But in the 50s, I guess they had a little more decorum.
Yeah.
They didn't. It was okay for everybody to be drunk in the middle of the workday, but God forbid.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, I'm going to a Catholic stadium where I drink Budweiser all day.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I thought that was like the greatest turn of events. So there you go. There's little St. Louis trivia for you. But on the Mountain Dew front.
Yeah.
Dude.
How crazy is that?
This is beautiful.
Yes.
And so the Abacus sent it in and you sent it in.
Oh, wow. Great minds think alike.
Exactly right. So Mountain Dew in 2022 is coming out with hard Mountain Dew. And they're actually going to have
seltzers.
They're actually going to have 3 different flavors. One is going to be original flavor Mountain Dew.
That's the
one. I wouldn't buy the other crap.
Yeah, by the way, who fucks around with this other Mountain Dew? Like Mountain Dew is Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew is Mountain Dew.
Yeah, don't even
Why
fuck
would
around.
you fuck around with these other
all
flavors?
These Baja Blast, and there's like another one that's a KFC that's its own
I like
entity.
that Baja Blast exists only at Taco Bell.
But KFC has the same one.
I don't know that one.
Stu, could you look that up?
Which one?
What Mountain Dew flavor?
There's a KFC.
Oh, well, it just says that PepsiCo and Boston Beer are coming together to create hard Mountain Dew. They're going to have 3 flavors: black cherry, watermelon, or black cherry and watermelon, and original, which is going to taste more like Mountain Dew.
What Mountain Dew flavors do they have now? Because there's like there's one, because I'll eat at KFC every 6 months, and I know they have their own like.
Well, there's definitely Baja Blast at Taco Bell. I've never had the KFC one. I'm not familiar with that one. And then they do have like a more extreme Mountain Dew.
They do Code Red, and there's like a grape one,
which aren't that great.
No. I mean, Mountain Dews are Mountain Dews.
And I think Mountain Dew is the 4th best-selling pop in the country. But if you go to like West Virginia, I've told this story before where I walked into that store and it had 4 different refrigerators full of nothing but Mountain Dew, and then one of them had the Mountain Dew Diet.
Sweet Lightning is the flavor of Mountain Dew, which is yellow, orange in color, similar to a relationship of Baja Blast and Taco Bell. Sweet Lightning was chemically designed to taste its best with KFC's menu. Its flavor is a peach and honey type of dew flavor.
I kind of want to try it.
Have you tried it? There's currently
never tried it. Not a big peach guy.
I can't find them all, but there's currently 80 different flavors around the world for Mountain Dew.
Shut the front door.
Well, I mean,
Are you
around the
serious?
world, you go
around
to
the world.
it'll be like tuna fish and whatever.
In West Virginia,
Yeah.
West Virginia, there's one.
Yes.
And that's OG Mountain Dew.
Yep.
And that's why all the kids have meth mouth.
Mountain
Yeah.
Dew,
Like-
Diet Mountain Dew, caffeine free, Mountain Dew Red, Diet Mountain Dew Red.
They're sugar free.
I
mean,
can't I
yeah.
can't hear you rattle off 80 Mountain Dews.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just trying to find the fun ones.
Yeah,
Fuel.
I'm all right. So Fuel is the one they made for gaming nerds.
Yeah.
That is what that
That's the
whole-
energy drink.
Yeah,
one.
Mountain Dew Game Fuel, Mountain Dew Game
Which Mountain Dew
Ultraviolet,
is
It already
It
was.
already was,
It already
yeah.
was, and then they decided let's lean into this.
Mountain Dew Typhoon.
But so now they're going to have booze Mountain Dew.
Yeah, yeah.
But the crazy thing
I
is,
like it.
They're going to make it They're going to make it. Well, they say it's going to be sugar free, which means it should be relatively low in carbs and
Yeah.
calories. Dude, I will drink because have you ever had Not Your Father's
Yeah,
Mountain Dew?
We've tried the root beer.
We did Not Your Father's root beer on here, and then I believe I know we've all had it
Yeah.
because I remember we got a 6-pack. I don't know if that was on an episode, but it was actually pretty good. But it was
Yeah.
sicky sweet.
Yes.
This
Because all the
Yeah.
sugar.
This says it's going to be 5% alcohol and no sugar.
Sign me up.
So this is probably going to turn off the West Virginia folk who want all
Yeah.
that sugar and caffeine.
You know, they'll mix it with Mountain Dew.
Oh, boom!
Exactly.
That makes perfect sense.
That's like instead of a Tito's and soda or tonic, it's Tito's and White Claw lemon
No, it's
or
just
lime.
Mountain Dew and Mountain Dew
Yeah.
booze. This is great. Uppers and downers.
Yeah.
We're chugging. And now you can drink this all day because it's got 2.5% alcohol. You'll never
no one
get a
knows
DUI.
it looks like a Mountain Dew. You just throw it in your Mountain Dew bottle.
Yeah, you get 2 Mountain Dew bottles. You chug one, then you
Yeah.
pour half in one, and then you fill it up with the other,
Yep.
and now you've got 2.5%.
There you go.
Oh man, I'm not gonna have teeth by
Exactly.
2023.
We're gonna have to do meth just to like help with the Mountain Dew mouth.
That might be a bridge too
Yeah,
far,
there's-
but I'm in because it's the podcast. But I don't want to do that. That feels
There's going to be a new Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia after this one.
yeah, the wonderful whites of Richmond.
Yeah. I like that they're doing. I'm, we're all big seltzer guys here, so I'm happy. Like I think it's cool.
I'm kind of excited. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, for real. Like I think this is going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm psyched, and the fact that you sent it, the Abacus sent it, like obviously our listenership. Because if you get 2 things sent in, that means 90% of our listenership agrees.
I still. I see what you did. I still see.
No, that's not what I meant by that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, because you extrapolate it out. Like we
Yeah.
get thousands of downloads, but like you can't tell. Only 10 people engage.
Yeah.
Which has always been
Or
a
filled
bone.
out the survey.
It's always been a bone of contention with our
With us,
listenership
for sure.
You know what I mean? Like you see the downloads, like
Yeah.
people are listening.
Thousands of downloads and dozens of engagements.
But like I can count, the people that engage.
Yeah.
Pretty easily.
Shouldn't
Hell,
be that way.
I could call them out by name. I could
Yeah.
send shout outs to the people that matter.
Yeah.
Well, no, you all matter, but some matter less.
Yes.
That's fair.
I forget. I had a point. I had a point to say. and
I know. I
you
went on a
totally-
tangent trying to
yeah,
fix something that I had
totally
said.
derailed me.
My bad.
But I like it. I think it's interesting.
We need to get our hands on this stuff.
for sure. I hope they sell it here. Which I mean, as much Mountain Dew as I see around here, they've got to sell it here.
I mean, we can drive to West Virginia because I promise
You won't be able to find it there.
it'll be difficult
They'll
at
be
first.
hoarding that shit up.
Yep. But I mean, that's where they're going to release it.
Yeah.
They're going to release it in Arkansas, West Virginia, like these places where
That have no teeth.
where it's a meth substitute.
Yeah.
Like, oh, times are tight.
Well, I'm not doing meth.
Yeah,
I need this.
I need
this
alcohol.
This is
To
my
go
my like stopgap to the meth. Like I can't do meth all day, and not because I don't want to, but I just don't have enough money.
Isn't Mountain Dew originally like the worst of the sodas?
You mean
Sugar
like
content
sugar and
and
stuff
things
like-
like that, or not? I thought-
Probably. I mean, I've never been a big soda head, so I don't know. But I mean, there was the Jolt back in the day.
Jolt
I mean,
Cola, yeah. They advertise twice the
Yeah,
caffeine,
yeah.
twice the sugar.
So who
So
knows?
you'd
I
be-
mean, I know all of them are bad. I mean, and they say the diet ones are just as bad for you
'Cause,
with the
yeah.
aspartame or whatever. So
Oh, don't get Stu on his horse about the diet sodas.
I mean-
gut biome and such. I know he could go for days. In fact, let's leave the room and let him go for days on that.
Well, I would first start off with the worst tasting diet soda ever, which is Diet Dr. Pepper.
That's a fantastic.
I think that one's great.
Diet?
That's
Of course, Stu would hate it, and we would love it.
Of course, yeah.
Because it's not real.
The fact that
I like
we
real sugar.
had a deli show up in the stew era,
and all three of us like it.
It's mind-blowing.
That's impressive.
I know I've been a part of a half dozen delis.
Yeah, but
not more.
you're usually, we don't always see eye to eye on flavors.
Yeah.
True. We're not doing a soda deli.
No, I'd be like,
No, but like
5.
well, whenever we do taste tests, you're like, I like this, and Brent and I are like, we don't like that.
For the most part, our palates are opposites.
Yes.
Yes.
But we have agreed now, I think, and Abacus can check it, 3 hazies.
Yeah, tonight's was a special treat. The
Yes.
Lost Palate by
Yeah.
Goose Island was a pretty
Damn good.
pretty tasty treat. Now, how it will compete with hard Mountain Dew, TBD.
Yes. And I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm honestly amped.
Yeah, that's going to be
Yeah.
fun.
This is going to be good. And I'll be playing video games all
We'll have
night
to do it
poorly,
back to back.
Like
'Cause we'll be-
Mountain Dew and
No, we'll be so amped. We'll have to do a second episode after that
Oh, my
first one.
God. Mountain Dew and Malort.
can't be bad. Can't be good.
The Malort, I mean, I would think I was going to say the Mountain Dew would overpower. Nothing overpowers Malort. That's not even.
I mean, is there a mixer for Malort if I go to Chicago?
It's absinthe. Ablort.
No. Abort.
No, ablort.
I like abort.
Abort. Yeah.
No, but I think,
only get
I think
3
we
of them.
talked about this where, like, that people have been trying to make Malort drinks. And
Yeah, they have
places
contests.
have it, but there's never been a good one.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Yeah.
standard. It's a cliche contest that they'll
There's
run.
probably
in
a way
Chicago.
where, like, if you do, like, a jungle juice type situation where you add
Oh,
enough,
yeah.
like,
How?
sodas and fruit juices and then a splash of Malort, you're like, oh, that's fine. You know, like, because it's all volume,
you know
right?
what? You know what it could replace? The new Mountain Dew alcohol, whatever it is, could replace the what was the soda we put in Skip and Go Naked? It was the lime Fresca.
Fresca.
You could replace Fresca with that and make some Skip and Go Naked, which is vodka and beer.
Fresca was a great horrible soda.
It just came and went there for about 10 years.
You know, it was a great horrible soda that my fraternity house got when we were living there. They were coming out with it, and they gave us cases and cases of it. And I was living in the fraternity house, so I literally had those like 24-pack hard like soda carrying things, and I had like 6 or 7 cases of it
Like
stacked
the old
up.
orange crates.
a cardboard case of 24 beers.
These were the plastic ones, but I got Surge.
Oh, dude, Surge was great.
Yeah.
Like I thought
And I
Surge
just
soda made.
I didn't even have a fridge in my room at the time. I just would wake up every morning and just crush one of those room temperature.
Yeah, I like
room
Surge.
Yeah.
You know, like Mellow Yellow, Surge. Like they were all just kind of trying to bite off of the Mountain Dew thing.
Bought a Sun Drop this past weekend somewhere.
Sundrop.
They're not bad.
Gave the kids a taste because they don't drink soda a lot, and they were like, "That's really good." I was like, "Hell yeah, it is."
I gave my kids cheer wine.
Oh,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
not a cheer wine guy.
Dude, they love cheer wine. Just I think because it says wine.
Yeah.
So they'll
Yeah.
be like, "Can I have a cheer wine? Mom's having wine." And
Well,
I'm
it's only
like,
been
you know
a-
what? It's a fair argument. And
It's
like,
only been in the last 10 years that they broke past the Carolina borders.
what, cheer wine?
Yeah.
Yeah. It hasn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a lot of distribution.
Yeah.
I had an old boss that was from Boston, and we were on a meeting down in North Carolina, and I saw cheer wine on the menu, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get a cheer wine with my club sandwich." And he's like, "You're drinking? Like we have a meeting?"
Oh, he had no idea.
Yeah, he had no clue, and I was
Yeah.
like, "No, I'm not drinking. I'm ordering a cheer wine." And he's like, "Yeah, so you're
Wine?
drinking?" And I'm like, "Do you not know what cheer wine is?" And he's like, "Never heard of it." I was like, 2 cheer wines, please."
He's like, "I'm having a root beer. I'm an adult. I would never drink."
Yeah,
drink."
but I got him
Yeah.
a cheer wine, and like we're sitting there, like we're talking to clients, and he's looking at me. He's like, "Yo, dude, this is really good." Like he was blown away, and so I got to send a northerner back with the knowledge of cheer wine. I mean, it's to all the northerners that listen, it's just cherry soda. Like it's
Yeah.
a really cherry,
Yeah.
not like a Dr. Pepper
Yeah.
though. It's more cherry than Dr.
What,
Pepper.
who is it that discontinued last year? I don't know if you get any anymore, but
Northern Neck.
Ginger Ale.
Yeah, we lost Northern Neck.
That was good stuff.
Which, honestly, it's no better. Like, let's be honest, it's no better than a Canada Dry or some of these.
No.
Yeah.
It's like it's on par.
Yeah.
But like at least we had here in our little corner of the world.
Yeah.
We had our own ginger ale. Like you should support that shit.
Well, you know who doesn't get that much play, but we serve it at the brewery is Sunkist.
Yeah, Sunkist is
Yeah.
great. My kids get a lot of Sunkist.
I mean, what's the Orange Crush is the other one? That's
Yeah,
kind of the
Crush.
same flavor.
just Crush.
Crush,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I heard this the other day, and I haven't tried it. And I'm dying to try it. Apparently, if you take a Sprite and you pour like a shot of Coke in it, it's ginger ale.
Really?
And so apparently,
Well, you also know that Coke is green before they add the food coloring.
it's green either way. So apparently, though, that like a Sprite and then a shot of Coke is ginger ale. And so I was reading again a Reddit hole, and they were talking. All these bartenders started coming out, and they're like, "Yeah, this is a known thing in the bar industry because if we run out of ginger ale, we'll give you Sprite.
Oh, because it probably looks the
shot of
same
Coke.
color too.
Yeah, we'll give
It's
you a
all
shot
like
of Coke,
dirty
and then
water.
we'll put your
look.
drink in it, and no one ever complains because they're like, "Yep, that's a bourbon and
Do
ginger."
you have to mix it with liquor though?
No, literally,
No,
just
three
but that's
quarter
a-
Sprite, 1/4 Coke.
Yeah, apparently that is a bartender's trick though. If like the ginger ale's gone dry,
Damn.
you
We
do
gotta
that,
try
no one
that.
knows. I know, right?
Let's try that.
I kind of want to
Let's
know.
try that next week.
But apparently it tastes just like ginger ale.
We should deli
So
that.
if things go right, we'll be doing Coke and Sprite and Absinthe and Malort.
This is going great.
Yeah, this
This is going great. I was
perfect.
watching. I know we haven't had the soundboard here in a while, but you know the old school listeners know the "This is going great"
Yeah.
from The Simpsons and the other. My daughters have been watching The Simpsons, like because they got Disney Plus, and like
Oh, yeah.
one day I showed them the first episode of The Simpsons. It was like on Christmas. I showed them the first episode because it's a Christmas
The
episode.
Simpsons,
first
Simpsons
episode.
are the ones from HBO with.
No, like
Tracy.
no. The first like Simpsons on
Okay.
Fox.
Okay.
Is when they got Santa's Little Helper, and it's a
Right.
Christmas episode. So like I played it because I was like, oh, we should watch this.
That was the first episode ever. That Santa's
Yeah, they went
to.
to they
Yeah.
went to the track, and like he gambled away all the Christmas money from the jar, and then
Oh, I remember. I just didn't remember that being the first.
that's
one
literally
ever.
the first one on Fox,
Right.
not the Tracy
Not the
Ullman show
HBO,
ones.
yeah.
Yes. So I showed them that, and they were like, "Oh, that was cool," and I was like, "Oh, well, let's watch some Christmas episodes." Well, now they've taken it upon themselves to just start going through. I come downstairs all the time, and The Simpsons are just on because there's 32 seasons.
Oh yeah.
So they're just rolling through them.
I've given up on them in South Park because I can't watch them all.
So now they're so late in the game that I'm coming downstairs and I'm like, I haven't seen this one. But the other day I came downstairs and it was the episode where Apu cheated on his wife. I was like, this is it. This is going great episode.
Yeah.
And sure enough, like I just stood there like in between meetings and like I'm watching and
Waiting.
they're doing the dinner and Homer's got Apu and his wife who's now estranged.
Yeah.
And Marge and like she's like, why don't you get your whore? And like Homer leans over, this is going great. And I just started dying laughing. And the girls started laughing because they hear me say that all the time
Yeah.
in the house where I'll be like, this is going
When
great.
something's not
Yeah,
great.
exactly.
right.
So they were like, that's where you get it? And I didn't realize how much.
You say
Like,
it?
no, just
Oh.
like I drop Simpson-isms when I'm like, I'll go, what?
Yeah.
And that's like Mo, like
Yeah.
shocked. Like the other day, I heard Mo do one of those, and they're like, "Dad, that's why you say that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't
You're
realize."
like, whatever. Eat my shorts.
Yeah. Short.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much of that I did. But turns out, I do that all the time.
Ay caramba.
Are you going to let him watch The Breakfast Club?
Not yet.
Well, eat
We're-
my shorts.
We'll get there. Breakfast Club is coming. We're at The Simpsons.
Yeah.
now. You know, and that's even. It's funny. You look back at The Simpsons back in the day,
Dude,
and
when
it was cutting edge. Like parents were like, you can't let your kids watch this stuff.
when I
It's
was a
pretty
kid,
tame.
when I was a kid, I watched it, and I used to have a Bart Simpson shirt that literally had him like skateboarding, saying "I caramba, eat my shorts" or something.
Yeah.
And I went over because my family's all jacked up. Went over to like a step on or uncle, like step someone's house.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Why are you wearing that shirt?" And I was like, "I like it." And they like looked at my mom. They're like, "You let him watch that?"
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like that was considered like
And I was like, I was 12 or 13. Like it wasn't like I was 6. Like I was.
and now you got shows like Rick and Morty that the kids are watching, and it is It's a different
Well,
ballgame.
now you have YouTube and whatever else the kids are watching. I mean,
Yeah,
who knows
true.
what the kids are watching?
But it's crazy how tame The Simpsons was, and we considered that.
It was like crazy if I stayed up late and watched like Real Sex or Dream On.
Dream On was the
Oh,
heat.
dude, that was my jam.
Dude.
Yeah, but Married with Children was the exact opposite of the Cosbys, which was happening at the same time.
Yes, literally the polar opposite.
Yeah.
And one guy's America's dad, and the other guy's a huge rapist.
Yeah, Ed O'Neill is America's dad.
Yes.
I mean, how many
Actually,
people?
acquitted.
Yeah, he got
Acquitted.
out. He's free now.
And he literally thinks that he's going to do a comeback tour. Like he's going to do a comedy tour.
Crazy thing about Ed O'Neill, he was awesome in that, and then he was just as good, if not better, in
Hutch. Is that what it was called?
Hitch,
Hitch.
the show. But
No, that was that movie.
Dutch.
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 That's what I was thinking of, that movie.
no, but the
Modern Family.
Modern Family,
He
yeah.
crushes it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, look, Ed O'Neill's America's dad.
Yeah.
And he was the piece of crap, misogynistic shoe
You
salesman.
can't,
A lot of you guys
you can't
didn't
get
even-
away with those shoe salesman jokes that he pulled on all the ladies
Oh,
when they came in.
Dude, oh my gosh. Yeah, no, those are actually
They're actually hilarious.
but they're horribly, like, by today's standards.
Yeah.
They're things that you would enjoy, Stu, based on your -5 points
Yeah,
over here.
for sure.
Like-
Right, but so
Like
You
you
would
say the
still
R
laugh.
word.
in 89, early 90s, people were still looking at Archie Bunker as being a fast forward, off the
A lot of people
rails.
don't know Ed O'Neill was a football star. He had a 4-touchdown game at Polk High.
At Polk High, he
Yeah,
did. Dude,
yeah.
he may have been the best.
Probably.
May have been the best we've ever seen. Dude, you realize we put an hour and 50 minutes of content
We're
down?
giving these jerks too much show,
We got to
dude.
go. Because
They don't give us anything.
I got to be in a flight, and I
Yeah.
got to still edit this thing. We got to go.
Wrap it up. Shut it down. The end.
Literally doing that. Apparently, I missed a lot of text messages and things tonight, too. I'm sure
know.
there's the people who are like, what are we doing for the flight tomorrow?
It's like
And
podcast.
if anybody's got any advice, I'm going to a Pitbull concert. Not sure what I'm going to expect.
Okay.
Just
Actually, you
randomly.
know what? I did get a little advice when I was asking for legal advice about the whole ticket thing.
Oh,
I got some advice from a
I got some
listener.
advice too about that.
What did they tell you?
Go.
Yeah, but did they tell you how I should plead?
No, they just said chances are the guy knows the judge and is going to basically be your
Ally.
your defense attorney, and
Basically, they were saying that I should go in there and plead no contest. Not guilty, not innocent.
I wouldn't plead anything
the
unless
fifth.
they ask.
Yeah, let them put it. I got a speeding ticket the other day for the first time in 27 years.
You too. You and me both.
Coming off of 895, going to the airport, trying to slow
You and
down.
me both, buddy.
60 and a 45.
That's what you get for vacationing nonstop.
I tried to put my good looks,
Yeah, that's
thing-
gonna,
How'd that go?
She wasn't having it because apparently she was more interested in my girlfriend than me.
-1. I
yeah.
mean,
You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Stu, rounding out the day, -1. Is that gay bashing or sexism? Where are we here?
Could it be both?
Sex
She was
bashing.
discriminating and profiling me.
No, it sounds like you were profiling her.
Okay, so here's what we got from the day, Stu. -1, R word. -1, R word. -1, R word. -1, shameless plug. -1, bad info. -1, sex bashing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stu, not a great episode, buddy. -6.
Come to Stu for all your your home needs.
Yes, now we'll sanction it. Come to Stu if you need a house, and if you need to get a mortgage, do yourself a favor. Go over to screendoormortgage.com
Easy for you to say.
and talk to Jimmy. He will take care of you. He will make what is honestly a pretty stressful situation.
Not young Jimmy.
No.
No, different Jimmy.
Different Jimmy.
Different. This is Atlanta Jim. Reach out to Screen Door Mortgage. Reach out to Jimmy. He will take care of you. He'll make a stressful situation not stressful and walk you through everything you need to know. For the record, you
And
can't ask too many questions. The guy is patient. I would know. I've done it twice with him, and I've asked him.
And apparently he'll refer you to a real agent.
No, he'll take care of you. He'll send you over to Stu. And
What?
if you,
Why would he do that?
I don't know. I assume you already have an agent, or you wouldn't be looking for a mortgage. That's neither here nor there. So, but this is the refinance time. And if you haven't had a chance to head over to Nectar Sunglasses, drop. I can't remember the code.
I think it's Bowflex.
That would add up.
Try that.
Drop Bowflex in the coupon code. You'll get 20% off. If you haven't had a chance to reach out to us, you can do so at InsideThePalletHouse@gmail.com. And you can always find us on Twitter and Instagram at ITPH Podcast. If you have too much discretionary money, and some of you do, I've seen the cars you're driving, reach out to us on Venmo at
Inside the Pallet House on Venmo.
and send us whatever money you would like. We'd be glad to use it for delis.
Yeah. They're not cheap, people.
They're not. They're not. It adds up over time. Look, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Peace out.
Hour and 54. What a joke.
Hey, Abacus, how much have we spent on beer total?
That's a pretty long podcast, don't you think?